Summon Sign is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to episode 128 of Summon Sign, coming to you live from Los Angeles here at the Xbox Fan Fest. I guess this is where it's at.
That's what today is.
That's
yes.
what it is today. We're at the event. It is 5:28. The sun is shining right in our faces.
Yeah, I'm sure this video looks great.
Yeah.
I'm going to double check that I'm in frame.
Yeah, we're going to double check right there. Of course, we got Mr. Jimmy Champagne here, of course, filling in. Also,
We're good.
our buddy Ray. Ray, I don't think you've ever been on the show. No, we haven't had you.
I'm very excited.
Ray,
yeah.
Introduce yourself, tell the people who you are, what you do, let them know.
Yeah. I'm Ray. I work with Jimmy on a couple of YouTube channels. We have all of our stuff is ready something. That's what took off for us. So we stuck with it. We let it ride, baby. So Jimmy started first with a channel called PS Ready, and then he said, "Hey, this is going great. Let's start an Xbox channel, but I don't have any time, so let's bring in my buddy Ray." Thus was born Xbox Ready. And then Jimmy said, "You know what? I actually play can I cuss?
Oh, yeah.
I actually play a shit ton of games on Steam, so why am I even bothering with this other stuff? Let me start Deck Ready," and that took off, and it's been really great for us. And then we formed an LLC called Ready Media. So hence why I'm at FanFest, the esteemed Academy of Motion Pictures for the Xbox showcase that just wrapped up. And
So I was the cameraman today. I filmed all of Ray's stuff.
Okay.
Filmed his interview with Matt Booty, which you should all check out.
Nice.
And so that's
Thank you.
me and Ray. I operate from Detroit. He's out here in LA. We just do our own thing and work together. We've been working together for like 5 or 6 years now.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
That's good shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is in the middle of Summer Game Fest. It's been crazy time. We've been at the Playdays campus and all that stuff here, but we had to navigate over here later, which was chaos for me to get here. I barely made it in time.
Oh,
It's tough from Playdays. Yeah, that's a tough commute, especially because it's like no highways. You have to like take all back roads, right?
All these events happen at the same time, but they're not connected like via companies. So like they're all in totally different parts of LA.
Yeah, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, and there's some Xbox stuff at Days of Play, right? There's Grounded 2. There's ID at Xbox at Days of Play, and I'm like, wait, why would you separate that from the Xbox Fan Fest? Why not have it all in one place?
And then we did the Mix, which had a ton of indie games, which was awesome.
Where was that?
It was at like the rooftop at LA Live.
Yeah,
and
really?
I played so many indie games.
Whoa.
I can talk about all those, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll go into all
he was
that kind
playing
of
a
stuff.
bunch of bangers, and I was not.
Were you just chilling, watching?
Just look at the draw.
No, it was just back-to-back misses for me. Like, I jumped from game to game. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't
Damn.
like this. And
That's
every
unlucky.
game Jimmy was playing was like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like on the opposite end of the spectrum here. But still a good time. Yeah, it was a great event.
So this whole thing with us right now won't be the entire episode. We have like, I don't know, an hour. We can film here before they shut everything down. So we're just going to talk about what we saw at Summer Game Fest, what we can talk about, press conferences and all that kind of stuff. And I'll get into more stuff later on, maybe with Lockmort, so in the second half of the episode. But for this, the boys are in town, so I was like, we got to just meet up if we can. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Cog because he's too busy right now. He's a busy man.
Yeah,
He's so
running
busy. He
around
was on
everywhere.
like Slack the entire time I was talking to him today.
Yeah.
Just like posting stuff on their website and videos and everything.
Yeah, so he's super swamped, but we'll get him in the show later on. But yeah, let's talk. Press conferences we saw. First of all was PlayStation. Now, Jimmy, of course, you're PS Ready.
Yeah.
But Ray, you said PlayStation's not your wheelhouse, but you saw it. Anything stand out to you?
You know, the last time I owned a PlayStation console was, the PS2 was transformative for me. Just absolutely legendary time in my life. And then I did have a PS3, but I was mostly on Xbox 360.
Sure.
Since then, I missed the entire PS4 generation, which was a tough one to miss
You
because
missed
they
all of
were
it?
really popping off with obviously all the exclusives coming out during that era.
Yeah.
But I caught myself back up buying a PS5 this gen and caught myself up to speed.
Cool.
So yeah, I was really interested for the state of play this time around, but I also it made me question whether or not like I actually know what a good showcase is, because the things that I was seeing from State of Play, I was like, oh, you got some good stuff.
Sure.
And then I go on Twitter and
It's only
everyone's like,
an hour.
and then I go on Twitter and everyone's like, that sucked, like 4 of 10, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wait, I didn't, you know, it wasn't like, you know, really blowing me away, but I thought there were some really solid showings, especially at least just between Wolverine and, I know God of War Lao Fei is, you know, a lot of chatter about that, but I think from a combat and a movement perspective, even though it's not Kratos, I think they did a really good job with Fei's individual style, especially after all of that work, after all the things that they did to hype her up pretty much like during the Norse Saga 2018 and Ragnarok.
Yeah,
so
totally.
I'm personally interested in learning more about her, though I do understand like where other people are coming from, because you know, in Ragnarok, my least favorite sections were the Atreus ones. I didn't like playing as Atreus.
I think most people.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the case for most people.
I wanted to play as Kratos. I wanted to get back to playing as Kratos as soon as I can. So I understand like the trepidation to a certain extent for not a God of War game without Kratos.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I get it. They did stress later on, they're like, Kratos isn't done yet. We have more stuff for Kratos down the line, so fear not.
That's my issue with it. I'm fine to play as Faye. I liked Faye. I love Deborah and Wool. It's just that these games take so long to make.
They do, yeah.
So it's like, I'm fine to play that game. I'm going to play it. I love it. But it's just like knowing that we have to wait 7 years potentially after. They got to figure out how to make these quicker. Because if you're making them every 2 to 3 years, no one's going to care if you have a new character to play as in like a new mainline game. But I'm interested in it. I think the graphics look amazing.
Yeah.
And I liked that video I saw of them syncing up the part in God of War Ragnarok where Thor stops Kratos' heart and he warps to the world. Like everything syncs up. I've always liked how they do that.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty good state of play. Yeah. Like, I didn't get overhyped for it because everyone was excited because Sony was showing it in the Alamo Draft House. But I read a press release like a few months ago that Sony bought that theater
That's what
chain.
someone told me. I was like, oh.
Yeah. So I think it just lined up where that was the first one, and I'm sure most of them going forward will be in their theater chain.
Yeah.
So it was solid all the way through. Every showcase seems like this whole week, it's all release dates. So if you're looking forward to a lot of games you've seen at old showcases, I'm sure all of these hit for you. But if you're looking for brand new announcements, there's a lot less of them than I think we usually see.
Yeah, totally. What'd you guys think of Wolverine?
I'm really excited for that.
Cool.
I'm glad it's linear. I can't do another open world superhero game, but like linear action game where you're just cutting people up, cool finishers. I like the team up moves with Jean Grey. It's like, what's not to like, you know?
Sure.
You know what you're getting from a Marvel Insomniac game, and it's going to be high quality.
It's a way to keep that formula fresh, because I feel like towards the end of my time with Spider-Man 2, especially, it's like, you know, you kind of, I've played this game in some way, shape, or form already, hundreds of hours before, between Miles Morales and 2018. That last act, I was like, I just want to burn through the story. So I think it's a fresh way to keep that formula, you know, inject new life into it, new map, but same kind of feel. That we've called the formula, like the base of it is still good. Like, it's a winning formula, obviously. Like, they sell a ton of games. Every game that they've put out is, you know, highly rated, highly revered. So it's nice to keep the bones of what was good about it, but switch it up with a new character.
Totally. Jimmy, survival horror enthusiast.
Yes.
What did you think of Ill?
I don't believe that game's real. It just looks too good to be true.
Okay.
Like, it looks awesome, and I love how campy it is, like with the dialogue and everything. Like, it feels like a B movie, but it's got like the best visual effects I've ever seen. Like when he shoots off that zombie's leg and the thing like stumbles really and like hops on one leg forward. The gore was amazing. They got that thing action with the head, like with the tendrils coming out of it. It's like choking the guy. So if that game's real, which I won't believe until I'm actually playing it, I'm very excited for it. It just, again, seems like it's too good looking to be true.
Yeah, totally.
But it looks so cool.
Yeah, I was like blown away. I forgot we had seen that game again before.
That first trailer when that guy comes around the corner in that like mech suit and just blows that zombie in half. I mean, that's the coolest shot ever.
For anyone that wasn't satisfied with the gore in Wolverine or was expecting more or whatever, like that trailer just, I mean, that would like definitely did it for him. And if not, then I don't even know what else they would want to see when it comes to a gore system.
Silent Hill Townfall, Jimmy as well.
I'm excited for that. I
Yeah.
like how they're doing it, how it's like an anthology series now where like every dev just comes in with their crazy zany idea and they're like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Fund it. Just get it out next year. And they're like, okay. And then we got Bloober Team working on Silent Hill 1 remake, so that's like right around the corner. So
Yeah.
that series being like a healthy anthology series now makes so much sense because that's kind of how it started, where like it's like always a new character, a different Silent Hill, so they're kind of keeping the like core aspects of the originals but just letting them go nuts with it.
Yeah.
I know Dustin liked most of Silent Hill F. He was really high on it when we were talking.
Yeah.
But I agree with him. It happened to me with Chronos: The New Dawn when they hide the real ending behind
Multiple
second and
playthroughs.
third playthrough. That's frustrating.
Sure, I get that. Until Dawn 2 as well.
Yeah.
Horror fans eating good.
Yeah.
This week.
It's cool that they didn't shut down Fire Sprite and gave them Until Dawn. To
Yeah,
go nuts
that's
with
true. It looks
think
good, honestly.
It looks really cool. The blood increase in tech is awesome. Like it's like goopy. It looks like 80s
it's goopy.
slasher
It's
blood.
goopy.
Yeah.
In like an island setting, they didn't really do much with it with Man of Medan. Like I feel like they just scratched the surface.
Man Medan,
So like we're
yeah.
digging in, getting in this like island resort type setting. I'm into that. I didn't recognize a lot of the actors. I think that was a big cool pull in the first Until Dawn was having like Hayden Panettiere and like Rami Malek. Like you had a stacked cast. So
Oh, no, you're good. You're
Yeah,
good.
you're good.
Don't worry about it. It's all good, dude. No, it's all good. You're fine. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sorry, we're just shooting guerrilla style.
Yeah.
It's
It's
on the table.
It's like those Joey Swole videos where like fitness influencers like freak out when someone walks in and then he just flames them.
we're gonna have to add all these
Niche
people
cut.
walk by to IMDb or something.
Yeah, dude, just get them in the credits.
Yeah. But yeah, Until Dawn looks really cool. I mean, like, I love that they're making those games and pumping them out.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Are you cool with them giving it to a new studio?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I'd rather see that happen than get shut down, I guess.
Yeah. I saw people complaining about it. It's like Supermassive's got Dark Pictures.
Their hands are full. Yeah, so whatever. Are you guys fighting game guys? Do you think you care about
enjoy
Marvel
playing
Telecom?
them. Yeah, I'm excited for that. And whenever I talk about that on PS Ready, people are not interested
Really?
in it. And I'm like,
Damn.
I really like it's the people who made Dragon Ball Fighter Z, right?
Yeah, it's Arc
Artists?
System Works. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. And that's a cool use of the Marvel IP, just like doing something nuts with it. And it looks high budget. And it's cool they're making a fighting stick to go with it.
Yeah,
That like
smart.
flex straight thing. So yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's kind of in our wheelhouse for PlayStation. Let me see. Do you like Ace Combat, Jimmy? I don't know.
love
you
Ace
Okay,
Combat.
so you're big time.
I
man.
started
Did you
with
play it?
7.
No, I didn't play.
Oh, okay.
People were playing it 8 at Summer Game Fest, but I didn't even see it on the list, so I was kind of jealous. But I started with 7. I just played 4, 5, and 0 back to back. Excellent series, like so good. The story is awesome.
Yeah, I played a little of the PS2 one, I think,
Yeah.
but I never got super into them. But maybe this will be the one I get into.
They emulate super well. You can like upscale
Really?
them like a lot. Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay. And yeah, I guess like
People love the girl with pink hair in the
Of course,
trailer.
yeah,
they love her.
of course, yeah.
It's cool that they're doing like full-on real cutscenes in this one because 7 doesn't really have that. It has like Metal Gear style codec screens.
Oh, for all the conversations? Okay. They got a higher budget this time.
Yeah. They're using that Unreal Engine 5 for the volumetric clouds. They're really hyping that up.
Nice.
Sick. I love the tech hype
Yeah.
for games. That's
Yeah.
always so fun, dude. Okay. What'd you guys think of Keely's show?
I loved it.
Yeah?
I think it's his best one he's done. If not ever, in a long time. Sorry, I was watching the camera.
Yeah.
But it was just great. He kept it a little bit shorter. He rapid fired through all the mobile game ads that definitely pay the bills for that show. He seemed like lighter. He seemed like he was like just chilling out.
Because he knew.
Laid back.
He knew he had a good repertoire of
Yeah.
games, I think.
And then I got Resident Evil first.
Yeah,
and then it's
right
just
off the
gravy
bat.
after that.
Yeah, right off the bat, Code Veronica.
Exactly.
Well, it's just Veronica now.
Veronica,
They dropped
yeah.
the code.
Yep.
Guild Wars 3 for me. I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't see like
Anything.
game.
It exists. No,
But, like,
officially.
yeah. I was really high on Guild Wars 2, especially at the time. That was just like when MMOs were starting to experiment with leaving the hotbar combat behind and be more action oriented. So yeah, I was really big on Guild Wars 2. A surprise to see it in the Summer Games Fest of all places, because traditionally, from an MMO standpoint, it's you just don't see a lot of representation there.
Yeah.
No.
Well, there aren't a lot of them coming out anymore.
Yeah, people. after the WoW craze,
Sure.
like everyone tried their hand on it and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool to see. I was. What else was there? 'Cause
Final Fantasy
It all blends in
was
together.
the
Yeah,
closer.
obviously, like the closer.
That was a good closer. I'm glad that that's coming to everything. It
Yeah,
feels
sure.
good for that series.
Best chance it's going to have to succeed,
They
definitely.
really pump those out quick.
Yeah,
All
I know.
things considered.
Yeah.
Like,
That's very unlike Square Enix.
yeah. That looked really good.
I'm curious how it's going to run on Switch 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Rebirth, they did a really good job with.
That's what I've heard. I haven't played it on Switch 2, but
yeah, I have a save on PS5 that's like 75% done, and that game's 100 hours long, so I'm not restarting on Switch 2.
I get it, dude.
The Last Ronin, again, no game, but like
the
confirming that it exists, and I'm just really excited to see Platinum Games take on it.
Yeah, they got the chops for a game like that.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So very excited about that. I'm trying to think of anything else from Keighley's show off the top of my head. Ah, man, it's been a blur kind of this whole weekend.
It was just like all solid stuff, like one after the other, but nothing really like blew my mind, Like Resident Evil was awesome to start with, and then capping with Final Fantasy. It was just like what you kind of expected to see, but it was nice to have what you expected to be there.
Yeah, because they're all things we wanted. But I'm curious, Jimmy, no Steam Deck stuff, or I'm sorry, Steam Machine, nothing.
Yeah, except for announcing that it's coming this summer.
That's it.
I guess we'll know in like 20 days if we're getting it in June or we're getting it by the end of September. Because like the end of summer is September 22nd. So I hope it comes out sooner rather than later. But I like the reasoning. I get the reasoning for holding it back because they're waiting to see if they can get the price down to an acceptable level, which
makes
obviously
sense.
They want to. But it sucks. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. What do you think it's gonna be? Like if it comes out soon?
I'm holding out hope that they heavily subsidize the 512 gig without controller. Hey, we're recording, man.
Excuse me.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, you're okay. It's all good. It's all good.
I hope they heavily subsidize the 512 without controller down to like 800 or 900, and then once you get to like 512 with controller, they can bump it up a little bit higher. Like just give people some sort of entry level way to get in, and then eat the cost on that, and make it back on the rest of it.
Okay. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. What do you think?
How are we? Sorry, I was distracted by him, and then my brain was going to another game from Summer Games Fest.
Okay.
But in terms of the Steam Machine, yeah, I mean it's so interesting to see like where hardware is at nowadays, because like it used to be the good old days, like hardware reveal and so close to the release, there's so much excitement, but now it's so much anxiety surrounding the price and all of the ongoing RAM issues and stuff. So I'll be really interested to see how Valve handles the release and just, if there's going to be any ongoing issues, and depending on how the shortage plays out. People are saying 2028. People are saying that Valve is way more prepared than, some other manufacturers may be. So really interested to see how they handle it. But I still feel like I'm excited for it. Yeah. Especially with all of the, following Jim and his journey, documenting everything with SteamOS.
Literally
and
everything.
All of the changes that they've made, and especially seeing his rig that he made his PC that now runs just SteamOS like it's a console, and now it's hooked up to his TV. Like,
and it works great. Like the experience is there. They just got to get the hardware in people's hands.
Yeah,
exactly. Because that's something I'm interested in, but not necessarily. Like I don't want to build my own PC, but I would love to have that same experience in my living room.
Yeah,
it kind of worked out though, because I was kind of hoping that they wouldn't announce anything this weekend, because like I didn't know if I'd be able to sit down and record. I didn't know where I would be at, so like I got to just focus on playing games this weekend and not worry about scanning Twitter and doing all the stuff I do every day during the work week. So I just got to check out games, which was cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Nice little break.
I gotta know, now that we're halfway through 2026, do you guys think consoles, Xbox, Helix, PS6 come out next year, or do you think it's 2028?
No. Well, as far as we know, Helix is shipping the dev kits next year.
Okay.
So I would imagine they need a little bit more time to figure out what it is before they make the games for it. 2028.
Like spring, you think, or early 2028?
My thing is that I feel like they can wait.
Yeah.
I feel like people are satisfied to chill with Gen 9 for a little bit. And at least that's when I talk about on my channel, and I'm talking about new hardware, new Xbox, the overwhelming sentiment in the comments is like, I just got my Series X, like I just made the upgrade, like they don't need to push new hardware. Yeah. Especially when we were still talking mid-gen refresh, when that was still a possibility.
Yeah.
So I feel like they could chill. 2028, I know was probably ideal, since that's 8 years after the...
Do you want to move?
Yeah,
we can just move.
We can just move.
Yeah.
There we go. Or is it crooked? I can't tell.
I can
it's fine.
it.
Yeah, it's fine.
We had a location change.
Yeah, we had a location change. People, they're cleaning up over there, and people are just walking in. This guy was just standing in front of the camera, just like doing shit. So
Yeah, you have to understand, like, they don't care. They're trying to do a job.
Yeah, they're trying to do a job,
Like,
so-
they don't give a damn about
it's fine.
content and, like, all that stuff.
yeah, it's fine. So we just moved over here. This is actually a nice spot.
This is better.
I kind of
We
like
should've
this
just
spot.
started
Yeah.
here.
What were we talking about? Helix in
2027.
2020?
Yeah, Helix and PS6.
Yeah. Do you remember all that craze, all the rumors, like, Xbox going to get the drop on people and launch something 2026?
Yes, I do remember that.
Naive we were.
Oh, yeah.
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 Well, yeah, I feel like they can afford to wait. There's no reason, like we were just talking about with the Steam machine, to push something early. Because once you push something with a super high price point, it's hard to
Yeah.
walk it back.
Yeah.
Like you can, slash the prices and that's a headline, but like people are always going to remember. And what I think is with Project Helix specifically is like, they're going to be super careful with it because Ash's whole career as CEO is tied to Project Helix. Like she's
Yeah.
going to be forever associated with how it plays out, for better or for worse. So
Yeah.
The
they
good
got to
thing
get it right.
she's done is break that cycle that Xbox had for the longest time where they do a good thing and then follow it up with like 2 disasters in a row.
Yes.
She's done
Yeah.
like small things for sure that are good, but
Yeah.
she's done multiple small good things in a row and like broke the curse chain.
Yeah,
which I
we
think is
will.
cool.
Well, we'll get into all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys think 2028 probably early
Yeah,
2028 or
I-
late?
I know that the issue is if they have the chips in production, they can't stop making them.
Right.
They can't just stockpile
Yeah.
it. So like if Sony's already making the chips, they'll probably keep just put it out, cross their fingers, I would guess. And then we know that going into this next generation for the PS6, they're gonna keep the PS5 around for a long time. So like if
for
people
sure.
don't want to upgrade, it's not like they're gonna lose out on games immediately.
And they still have life with the Pro.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, they do,
So, yeah, that's going to be good for. Gosh, how much longer do you think the PS5 can stick around? Like another 8? You think like another 8?
Yeah, they could make it.
Yeah.
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 I
I mean,
guess so.
everything is targeting keeping hardware now. Like games this year specifically have come out so optimized compared to other years.
And because of the install base, I mean, they're not going to leave that behind anytime soon.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
What do you think?
When I think it's going to come out?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I would have thought it would have been like late 2027.
Yeah.
But more I'm talking to people about it, and the more I'm like just kind of thinking about it, I'm like, maybe they do just wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts to wait. Like,
Yeah.
Could get a reveal in 2027.
Yeah, I could get
Yeah.
a review. I think that'll happen
And
for sure.
then, yeah, and if they really want to, they could do a holiday release.
Yeah.
In that November time frame.
I guess I expected it earlier because of Xbox talking about Helix so much already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like having their shirts out and all that kind of stuff. They're like, we're ready to go. And it's like, all right, well, it's still like 2 years away. It's like, okay.
But I feel like Xbox needed to do that because
know.
everyone was expecting that they were going to stop making consoles entirely.
Yeah.
So
That
they were
was
like, no,
crazy.
we are going to do it. And especially with Helix being like this weird thing that no one's ever really done. They've never really done either. Like we more or less know what the PS6 is going to be.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We know their style and we know that they're sticking to it. So yeah, I would say, yeah, they have a little bit of time to sit on it.
Sure.
Yeah, the rumor is that the GPU in the Helix is like a super powered 9070 XT, which is an amazing card. Like it can do 1440p Ultra in most games, lock 60. So if they're going above that card, that thing will be expensive, but that's a cheaper card overall. Like compared to an Nvidia card, you can get a 9070 XT for like $600, which is extraordinarily cheap for how good it is. So
Yeah.
if that rumor is true, we're looking at a pretty decent gaming PC
Okay.
from Xbox.
Okay. Yeah, so you think it's going to be a PC? Like, is it going to have
Yeah.
Steam, you think?
Yeah, I think it'll just be
Yeah.
that if the current Xbox mode, where like you can boot into the Xbox OS on your PC and navigate it with a controller, you can add any program to it and launch it with a controller, like
Okay.
Steam.
Ray, since you cover Xbox so intimately, are you excited for the idea of it being more PC-like, or are you kind of wishing it was more console-like?
I think it's a mix of both.
Okay.
It's uncertainty because it's
We haven't seen it. We have
it's
no
a
idea.
departure from
Yeah.
what I've grown up with and I've known since I've been an Xbox owner. But I think it's the logical progression of what they've been doing, at least
Sure.
for this generation. And I think it eliminates because when I was on Xbox and console only, and I didn't have a PC, and these games would come out that you could only play on Steam, I had intense FOMO. obviously. I remember specifically when everyone was playing Rust, like when that was getting big for the first time.
Yeah.
I had an Xbox One, and I'm like, well, shoot, like, there's no way I can play this, and I was broke at the time, so I couldn't afford a PC. So the idea of, like, a box that can play all my Xbox games and also, you know, play Steam games for when games are only coming out on there, that's nice, but it does beg the question of, you know, you can already do that, right?
Right.
You can play, if you have a gaming PC, you can play most Xbox games and Steam games. So it's going to come down to, I think it was a big win for them to confirm backwards compatibility, like full Xbox console versions of your games supported on Project Helix. Because while you can't play most games on a gaming PC that Xbox puts out, there are some weird gaps, you know, especially if you've built up your library over a number of years.
Like Dante's Inferno.
So,
Dante's Inferno,
and, Gears 2.
Gears 2 and 3.
It's like, okay.
Crazy.
Some weird gaps. So having it all unified, that's good for me.
Yeah.
I know, because, like, my whole digital library is
of course,
tied up in
you're invested
Xbox.
in it,
I'm invested in it. So I'm curious to see, like, how many outsiders or people outside the ecosystem adopt Project Helix, if they do at all.
Yeah. Like, I assume it's going to be more than PS6. I assume. Doesn't mean it will, but it's like how steep are we talking here? It's like if it's like if it's like $1,000, $1,200, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Whoa, that truck is dude. Holy moly. I wonder if anyone's ears are bleeding from that.
I like how we were like, this is the quietest spot.
Yeah. the loudest truck possible.
It was either deal with the Barbie soundtrack on loop or this. I don't know what's worse. We can just wait.
Yeah,
I'll edit this out.
All right.
You're good.
Holy. God bless him.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. That was like the loudest truck I've ever heard. Maybe we'll cut it out.
I will cut it out. Yeah.
If it's funny, keep it in, but if it's not funny, take it out.
I'm more interested in what how the PS6 is going to be shaped. Like, what's the chassis going to be like?
I hope it looks... I'm not a huge fan of the PS5.
Because the 5 was such a
visual
out there fucking thing with the fins, man. Like, and
just make it the triangle, man. That's what I want. Just make it a pyramid.
Oh, dude, that'd be cool.
Nice.
Yeah, make it a pyramid. Have it light up like the Luxor shooting light out at the top.
Realistically, it's sitting behind my TV. I don't even see it.
I don't see mine very often.
Matter.
Yeah.
People get really invested in that, like their PC case. It's like their identity.
I never see mine, Yeah,
I got one that matches my TV cabinet, so I don't see it.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
The Fractal North that everyone has with the wood grain. That's what I'm rocking.
Okay. All right. Xbox was today, the showcase.
Yes.
I did not see it live because I was doing Summer Game Fest stuff. But you guys, did you both watch it live? Were you
we
here?
Were there.
You were there in this audience?
In the room.
What was the vibe in the audience?
Ray got a video of it.
Oh, okay.
When they announced the free Xbox that they gave away.
I mean, people were on their feet hooting and hollering crazy because, I mean, for those who don't know, I don't know if this made it into the like digital broadcast that they did, but after the show was done, Matt Booty, Asher Sharma come out on stage and they're like, blah blah blah, like we're excited to show everyone that like we got good games, but then Asher was like, if you have, everyone is issued a badge when you go to these things, and you have different titles on your badge depending on what you're here for. So they have a badge for a fan.
Oh. The loudest truck ever.
Yeah. Cool. So you got, me, Jim, Brad, we get the media badge, and that's our credential. There's also industry if you're working at the studios or working for Xbox. And then there's a special fan badge for the people who come out to Fan Fest. And so Asher came out and said, if you have fan at the bottom of your badge, you get the special edition Series X that they showed during the showcase.
Wait, she gave people a Series X?
So every theater,
everyone in the like bottom of the theater, that was the fan zone. Everyone got a free Xbox.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Away with
people?
A free Xbox.
Like 100 total people, I would guess?
From maybe even more than that.
Wow.
So
that's pretty insane.
It comes with the special edition controller too. So everyone who got into FanFest and made their way out here, walking away with a free damn Xbox. She went like full Oprah.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you
crazy.
get an Xbox, you get an Xbox. And so yeah, I got a video of everyone just getting up like fucking cheering and like, I mean, yeah, again, like she's just doing cool shit. Like she's coming in and doing cool shit. And I've seen like some reactions on Twitter already, because like if the CEO had the power to decide, like bring back exclusives essentially, like what we saw with Gears E-Day and Clockwork Revolution, it's like that, you know, that makes you think about Phil Spencer's tenure in a whole different way. It's like
definitely
there's been more movement in these past couple months, or at least it feels like, than we've seen like in the past couple of years. So I got to talk to some fans down on the floor and get their opinions on it, and they are like so pumped, man. They're so pumped. Like
one
Xbox
of the guys was like getting
energy.
misty. He was like, he was so happy. It's like, it's really hard to not like to watch that and not just get a little happy. You know, you're like, that's cool.
Dude, there was a guy in the I went to the restroom after the show. There was a guy like, he was like, damn, dude. Like, he was just saying, like,
He's all
damn.
pumped up?
He was all pumped. He was like, I feel like a kid again, man. I feel like a kid. Like, and then some other guy in the other stall was like, that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah, that's so funny, dude.
So, like, at least the energy amongst the hardcore fans is like, they're up. They're big up right now. And I think they started the show off strong with the big three, Gears, Fable, and then Halo. So getting that out of the way was cool. And and then finishing it off with, you leave with a free Xbox. I mean, if you're a fan, it doesn't get much better than that, especially if you got to FanFest.
Yeah, they went all out. That's really nice.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but the thing that like got me out of my seat, like leaning forward, was the DMZ mode in Call of Duty.
Dude, Jimmy was like stone-faced, locked in the whole show, and then at the end he was like, he turns to me and goes, dude, that's fucking sick. This looks sick.
There's a shot in this trailer, which they did do the corny Ubisoft like game audio where like the people were playing it, you know, it's like, I'm gonna go check downstairs. It's like affirmative. So that was kind of corny, but like the actual visual of it, like they come out of an elevator and the guy comes out and his sniper bullet rings out. I got jump scared by a Call of Duty trailer. It is so loud.
Wow.
And it just goes through the guy, and then it has the battlefield drag in. Like,
that was a great moment.
And just the fact that the map is a demilitarized zone in North Korea, like Infinity Ward, right? They got their balls back, man. Like that, it's not just Russians or like pseudo Russians anymore. It's like we're teaming up with South Korea to go over the border. It just seems like really cool. So that got me leaning forward. Just like the weapon sounds. If you haven't seen the trailer, you should check it out.
Okay.
And they needed that.
It's like scary.
They needed Call of Duty to come back somehow.
After last year.
They needed to get someone to, because I mean when Matt was introducing the segment, he was like, and then like switching on over to like Call of Duty, and then they changed the color. I was like, oh, here we go again. It was like the same vibes as last year when they were like, and also our last thing is Black Ops 7.
And then they did the hour-long presentation after.
That
was crazy.
And all that for a game that no one ended up liking. But yeah, the energy was different. It was just cool. It's funny that, Jim, you mentioned that about like, that's not how people talk. That's not how Call of Duty players talk, bro. Like,
man,
oh, please have mention.
Not enough, not enough slurs. Definitely.
They should have us do the audio. Me, you, and Dustin.
Oh man,
I think it would play pretty well.
Dude, if I got shot like that coming out of the elevator, I would have been like fucking screeching.
It would do
into the mic.
When you yell too loud in a Discord, it's like chopped up.
Yes.
Yeah, like the audio peaks so much that like it limits it instantly.
Yeah, and the Doom the Dark Ages expansion looked...
What is it?
It's called Revelations, and it's about hell freezing over. Like, it's a frozen hellscape.
Okay.
And they have, like, a lance, like, you know, Kratos' lance, kind of, they're adding in. And they added in, like, a grapple hook, I guess. I didn't play the original game. I'm going to play it now because this expansion looks so good.
It seems like they were trying to bring, like, verticality back into it, especially because, he's grappling around. He's, like, doing jump attacks and stuff. So that was really cool to see. Because the base game is, like, you never leave the ground, really, except when you dash.
Right.
So that was cool to see.
Okay.
A couple of surprises there.
Yeah, Persona 6.
Wow, yeah, Persona 6.
Yeah.
On Game Pass day one.
Yeah, they paid up, dude.
They paid up.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see it finally announced. It's been a while.
Cool art style. Like,
it's like I asked Cog what it was, and he said they showed like a graveyard, no characters or anything like that.
And then the accent color was like acid green. And you know the Resident Evil Revelations trailer where it's like the acid wash look? Kind of had that going on.
Okay.
It looks pretty cool.
Okay.
Didn't show gameplay, but
Did they show a date or anything, like a window?
No.
Okay.
Nah.
They just announced it.
Okay, but they showed Persona 4
Yeah.
Revival. Is it Golden Revival or is it just Revival?
It's just Revival.
Okay.
But I guess it's a remake of Golden. It looks like, an HD version of Persona 4 Golden.
Okay. There was a Hellblade thing there, I was told.
That's shocking.
It's not
isn't
Hellblade
it?
anymore.
It's called Senua.
It's just
Senua?
Senua.
Yeah.
Which I was not expecting to see anything from Ninja Theory for a while. And it was kind of like, Hellblade 2. And that's me and Jim talk about this all the time.
Great movie.
Hellblade 2, great movie. Me and Jim talk about this all the time. Like, it's an acquisition that doesn't really make sense because Hellblade 1 was like, did well with the critics, especially the ones who are like into that. And then they get bought out. But it wasn't like a smash, like runaway hit.
No.
So they get bought out by Xbox, and then Hellblade 2 is their first game like after the acquisition. And sure, it looks pretty, but like not much after that. Like it was kind of a step back in many ways.
Yep.
So I wasn't expecting to see anything with Senua for a while, but it seems like looking at did you play Hellblade 2?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it seems like from the trailer at least they incorporated some like of the
More
criticism,
combat,
fighting more than one person at the same
the
time.
trailer was all
dual
combat.
wielding,
which is cool.
And then her going back to her original look from that first game towards the end.
Okay.
That was cool too. Like a lot more movement. So, I thought like before Hellblade 2 that Senua had that kind of franchise potential, that there was another character that they could add to the stable. So I think it was a surprise.
It's step in the right direction, it sounds like.
I don't think it's going to be worse than Hellblade 2.
And like you can wrap up the trilogy or cement it as a new franchise.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
Like, either
a new
way,
starting point.
Yeah,
just get it out.
Set
It
them
had
on
good
1, 2,
graphics,
3.
obviously.
Yeah.
What about Fable? What did they show? How was it?
Haley Atwell.
Haley Atwell. It's like they introduced the villain of the story. Yeah, it was definitely the most serious trailer that they've had so far. Because so far the trailers we've seen so far is like, like I'm British and everything is quirky and like da 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 da. Yeah. And Haley Atwell.
Everything's ironic.
Yeah, everything's ironic, and then towards the end she's like, I guess she wants to save Albion, but she's doing it in a way that is evil, essentially.
Okay.
So like
Gotcha.
the hero has an issue with that.
Okay.
Your character has an issue
I could not
with that.
tell that was her. They changed her face a lot, which I disagree with that. She's so hot. Just leave her alone. Just photo scan her in. But yeah, it looked cool.
Okay.
I cannot deny she's bad as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Gears.
Yes.
Gears.
How was Gears?
Gears
Gears needs a win.
Gears they needed a win and they got a win.
They got a win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially with the direct after. I think it's just so cool to go back to
Marcus,
Dom and
the boys.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Like, that was the winning formula, and that's what got me so infatuated with that franchise as a whole. It started with them, and then through like seeing the world through their eyes, and as the story progressed, and obviously, unfortunately, what happened to all these characters that we came to love. It all started with them. So going back to that's a huge win right off the bat, and just seeing what they were doing with getting to see the world before what ended up happening in the mainline games, where everything's decrepit and fucked up and abandoned.
Decrepit and fucked up, except for Marcus's tomatoes.
And so I think they did a really good job with the world. I'm excited. I'm excited to jump. I'm excited to slide and the low cover.
Dude, yeah,
all of that
climbing
is
over
fucking awesome.
You can
more traversal.
They're in a supermarket and he climbs up on the fridge and flanks a locust. I was like, what? Like, that's crazy. You're not locked to a magnet to the ground
and you can
anymore.
You can auto vault, so it's not in the OG where you have to cover and then vault over.
And the environment's super interactable. They showed a car shooting bullets through the doors. It actually puts bullet holes in the doors. You can blow out the windows. You can pop the tires. The car gets damaged in real time.
Yeah, they're trying to get away from the allegations of I don't know,
window
inevitably someone tries to compare it to Red Dead Redemption.
Oh yeah.
too. Yeah. They're gonna be if you shoot a tire, it deflates. If you shoot a window, it cracks. The destruction is gonna be cool. And I mean, the new finisher animations, they're fucking sick.
Okay.
I mean, him chopping the head off of that guy with the old school Lancer, and then I'd say I saw everything I wanted to saw.
Yeah.
And they confirmed in the Gears Direct after the 12 Horde mode, Siege mode.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah,
I love
it's
Horde
gonna
mode.
be 12 man. I'm like,
Dude.
yeah, I think that's gonna be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very nice.
I was super into it. I didn't mind 4 and 5. I didn't love them after like really loving the first 3 games.
I think
And
most
course.
people
Yeah.
feel that way.
And like, it was interesting. I got to play 5 early before it came out. I went out to their studio at the Coalition with Jake Baldino, and we played the Horde mode with the developer. And they would not talk about the story at all. They would not talk about the campaign. But they're like, dude, check out Horde mode. And it was awesome. Like, the Horde mode was excellent. We were playing with the dev. We won. We got all the way to the end. And I'm like, man, I hope the story's good. And then I got the game like a week later, and I was like, oh, I get it now. I get it.
I keep cracking up because in the trailer, because they're talking about like, you know, it's Dom and Marcus, but they just came back from the, what is it called, the Pendulum Wars? So that's over, but apparently during their time as, you know, in the Pendulum Wars, they had this friend named Carlos, and they're like looking at a picture, like fondly drinking beer over him, but like they all look like Giga Chad Lookamax. I thought that
so
was
funny.
funny.
I like that they kept the art style like they didn't make it hyper realistic.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like a little bit over
More stylized, yeah.
You know, they're all jacked as hell. They got the biggest necks of all time. Their necks
my
are all
God,
muscle,
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
straight jawline. It's cool.
Yeah.
And then they brought in a character from the novels that people like, I guess, like a pilot, which
Yeah.
like people cheered for that. I was like, that's cool. That's a nice
cool.
throw to the throw to
Something
the
I would
fans.
not notice at all.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't read the books,
Yeah.
but graphically speaking, that game looks insane.
Okay. I believe it.
Yeah.
I feel like going back to like not leaning too much into realism, because that would just feel weird in the style that they established. I would have liked to have seen more of that with Fable. I feel like they went a little bit too like, I want like a realistic NPC in this game. And
It looks like the guy you see at Starbucks when you go order your drink is in like
it's
knight
like a little
armor.
bit too real. Like, I know that guy down the street,
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem like he fits in this world.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah. Anything else in Xbox that stood out for you guys? I saw Castlevania got a release date. Was that in
October
that show?
15th.
Curse of Belmont.
I'm extremely pumped for that game.
That was a highlight. That's what I was just gonna say. It's
Okay,
great.
nice.
It's excellent.
Yeah, beautiful.
They're gonna kill it. It's
Yes,
gonna be so
it looks
good.
so good.
And like around Halloween, like it's perfect time to release it. And the way they did it was cool. Like they used like a time turner spell, and like it fades in with blood. It was just a really cool vibe.
Nice.
And they have new key art that's like hand drawn of the character you play as. It looks awesome.
Cool.
But like overall, it was another one with just a lot of release dates, and this one had more stuff that I've been looking forward to. Oh, Valor Mortis, September 24th, the ultimate release date. But that game looks cool, and they had like, if you haven't played Ghost Runner, that game's like
Napoleon Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have like Ghost Runner sections with like the hook and like the wall running, even though it's a first-person Souls like with Napoleon. So
Dude,
I'm
that looks
excited
awesome.
for that.
State of Decay 3. I'm so glad that is coming out.
Yeah.
Because for years, the only things that we were hearing about Undead Labs is just bad stuff.
Yeah,
bad
like
shit
horrible
and drama.
And that second game is like one of their like quietest, biggest games. Like people still are always playing State of Decay 2. Like it's a huge multiplayer game. So like whoever went in there and was like, get to work. We need a new game.
Crack the whip.
Yeah,
Did
good
something.
job,
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, they did something. That's good. Okay. Embargoes for Summer Game Fest are kind of all over the place, and not in line with this show when it's going to come out. So we'll talk about more of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
In a future episode when we can talk about it. Actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything else we want to talk about on the show, or thoughts, or do you guys just want to sort out, keep it up?
It was just an interesting show.
Yeah.
Like a whole week where nothing like crazy bad happened or like nothing crazy good happened. It was just like all even keel. What you wanted to see got announced, got release dates. It's very chill. It was kind of nice after like the last couple of years where it's like negative or super positive, and then it's like discourse. It's just like people are watching cool game trailers again. It felt like nostalgic in a weird way.
It's a feel-good moment.
And I really like that 25th anniversary Xbox, because I had this like core memory of when the original Xbox came out. My dad was able to trick Microsoft into thinking his wine store sold video games, and he got the kiosk, the clear green Xbox, and every launch title for us for Christmas that year.
That is crazy.
So like when I saw it, I was like, oh, I got like brain blasted back. And they did a cool commercial for it that like recreated basically my bedroom from when I was a kid, and I was just like, man, they tapped in with that. So
yeah, they got you.
Probably not going to buy it, if I'm being honest, just because I have a good PC and I like playing on PC.
Yeah.
It feels redundant, but if it came out a few years ago, I would have been first in line for it. It's a really cool looking console.
For
Okay.
sure.
All right, boys, let's do Sort It Out first.
Woo!
Sort It Out.
Jimmy, anything for you this week? I know there's been a lot of positive news overall, I would say.
Sort It Out. Game developers who are showing off a new game and then they just show you the trailer and ask if you have questions. That is a bizarre practice.
Yeah, that's not the most ideal scenario, that's for sure.
I get that it's like exciting to show off your new game, but like I don't
Or watch someone else play it.
I don't get the thought process
Okay.
on that. Yeah, watching someone else play I'm fine with. We watched a Capcom game. I don't know if we can say which one it.
No.
But, like
I don't think you can.
it was the guy was like really good at it and it made it fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Ray? Anything you need sorted out?
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
Because a bunch of cool shit got revealed, and it's been a great week. But Paramount needs to sort things out.
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
huge Avatar: The Last Airbender fan.
Oh.
And for years they've been hyping up this new AAA open world RPG set in the Avatar: The Last Airbender universe, and that was supposed to be the culmination of their video game journey and the game that people have been wanting and asking for a long time. Canceled. And this is just weeks after the entire Avatar: The Last Airbender Legend of Aang movie leaked.
I remember that.
And that was just a couple months after they decided to pull the theatrical run for that
That's
movie
so crazy.
and make it a Paramount Plus exclusive. So Paramount needs to sort that out. And I was so surprised because Avatar has a podcast that's hosted by Janet Barney, who's the voice of Avatar Korra, and Dante Bosco, who's the voice of Zuko. And it's an official Nickelodeon podcast. Really cool. They bring on creators all the time and other people from production and actors and stuff. And they did a whole episode about Avatar gaming. And they were talking about and one of them was like, oh, we got this mobile game, like who gives a fuck about that? And then they talked about Avatar Legends, the fighting game, which, you know, is great, but the fighting game's a little bit more niche nowadays. And then, oh yeah, we also have this AAA open world RPG coming up, and they had a lot of details about it, actually, about the lore and the setting and the story and what you'd be able to do. So I'm just shocked that like they fucking hate money so much, man. Like that would have done numbers, and Avatar is one of those IP where they've just fumbled so hard. Like it could be $1 billion franchise on par with Harry Potter. I'm gonna die on that hill, and video games especially, and they just haven't delivered. Like every game that we've gotten in the Avatar universe that's like kind of sucked. But Avatar Legends, the fighting game, is good. I got to play a little bit of that at Summer Game Fest, Days of Play. It is kind of like the skill ceiling is kind of tough. I was getting my cheeks clapped, bro. I can't even lie. I tried to turn down the CPU difficulty settings, and I was just kidding. To be fair, I just picked up the controller. I didn't even know any of the moves, controls, whatever. I just went in blind, but I got my ass kicked. Good game though. But Paramount needs to sort it out. They need to figure out what they're going to do with that franchise, especially from a video game perspective. Stop canceling stuff, stop fumbling stuff, leaking stuff. Yeah, they got to figure it out. Sort it out.
Okay, I'm going to save mine for the other part of the episode because I got to go home and watch some stuff first. And get all caught up before I get into all that kind of stuff. So Jimmy, keep it up.
Keep it up, everybody. All the publishers. You all did a good job this year. Very good games, good distribution, right? Like no one had one game that was just like so crazy and kind of like stepped on everyone else. There was something good for everyone at every showcase. And I just talked about this, but it was just nice. It was a nice chill week.
It was a nice SGF.
Stuff to look forward to. It's just like hard to be mad.
Yeah,
it's like
there's something for everybody.
Like going crazy, you know, with prices. It's like, oh, but the actual games, they're good.
They're
looking great.
Yeah.
September 24th is going to be a bloodbath. There's like 10 games
I know,
coming out on that day.
September is insane, yeah. Ray, what about you? Keep it up. What are you pleased with in gaming right now?
What am I pleased with in gaming right now? Yeah, I think just the consistency, especially with Summer Games Fest. I feel like in years past, it's, had started off strong with like a cool reveal, and then the next like hour is games I don't give a damn about, or like I feel like one year it was like literally just like 1,000 versions of Genshin Impacts and
a lot of gotcha games. Yep.
Dude, who? Yeah, that's just a lot of.
Even Xbox had it this time.
Yeah.
When Where Winds Meet.
Yeah.
That was, I would say, a low point for me was like that Cyberpunk Wuthering Waves.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, you were so
know,
excited. Then you go. He's sitting next to me and he's like, oh.
I would figure out what it is actually.
Audibly.
But yeah, like the consistency and the pacing, I feel like was tighter this year around.
Yeah, definitely.
This year around. What the hell am I saying? And yeah, showing off games that you can expect soon.
Yeah, very soon.
I feel like everyone's kind of drifted away from, teasing a game, showing a trailer, and then we don't see it again for
4 years. Yeah.
I heard. I read a news story that a lot of devs were talking at Summer Games Fest about how they got like a fire lit under their ass by Expedition 33 and how fast they were able to turn that around. So now all these developers are kind of talking like, let's make more stuff and faster.
Yeah.
Even if it's a little bit messy, people want the games faster and it'll work better for us. Like one disaster won't destroy us. So like I'm good with that.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, dudes. I think that's gonna wrap us up for here. This little segment.
Yeah, this is great.
I know this was really nice. The
Where's
table,
the shade
the
in this
table
beautiful.
was a little brutal.
I feel like so zen.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like this
I
worked
wish
out
this
really
could be
nice.
like my set for like my YouTube videos.
Grassfield. Yeah, it is very nice. Jimmy, thanks for being on, man. Thanks for
having
recording.
me.
This is all Jimmy's equipment too, by the way. So
Yeah, we threw it together, so don't go too hard on us in the comments for the quality of the video and audio. We're doing our best here.
We're doing our best, man.
It's hard to have a
We're on the
mobile
go.
podcast setup. I don't know how anyone would do that.
Yeah, they don't for good reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys of course know Jimmy. He's on LSM.
Yeah.
Every now and then he pops in. He's one of us.
Whenever Brad wants me, I'm there.
Yeah, he's there. But of course, our first time guest, Ray, though. Ray, I have to get you on a proper episode in the future. This was sick. I like this, though.
This
We got to
was
get you
cool.
in the normal episode.
No, yeah,
the normal routine.
I've been watching for years at this point, and then, just keeping up with you, so I'm glad that I finally made it on.
Yeah, it's great to have you on.
Ray and Dustin, I wasn't at Summer Game Fest last year,
Right.
but so Ray and Dustin were linked at the hip, going to all the parties together.
Yeah.
we had an interesting bonding experience. Do we have time for one last minute story?
Yeah.
So last year, IOI had an event after SGF.
Right.
And so everyone was wondering why they were having this event, because at the time it was still a year out from First Light, and they did just reveal a new mission, a Casino Royale mission for Hitman, but the new game that they had coming out was Mind's Eye, which everyone already knew was going to be a flop instantly. And so everyone was like, what is this event? And they were shuttling people out. They had a shuttle for people who were going to get you from the YouTube theater to Hollywood for this event. And basically, I mean, it was at this really cool place in Hollywood. I think it was at the Roosevelt. And they had like a red carpet, like a Hitman impersonator, and they had like a 47 impersonator, and then they had us in this room where they showed basically the trailer that they showed for the Casino Royale that they had showed at Summer Games Fest, and then a little gameplay trailer for Mind's Eye, which was super boring. And then after that, they shut down the lights, and then they brought out these dancers, and they were all like, it was the kind of dancers that they were all dressed in black and they had the lights, so they looked like kind of like characters and skeletons dancing around. And so it was vaguely about like they had a dance for like Hitman, they had a dance for like all the other games, but then at one point I swear like Iron Man comes out and he's like riding in a car, like they're simulating like him riding a car, and he's like breakdancing.
What are they? I don't know what they're spending their money on.
And they were actually like really talented dancers.
I'm sure they were.
But it was just not like everyone. There was no like cheering. There was no people going like, "Hey!" It was like a bunch of like journalists.
You're bringing a bunch of
like
dork gamers into this thing and having like a performing arts exhibit going on.
And then they finish the dance. They bring up the lights. Everyone gets up and starts to go out. And then the MC comes on. He's like, I don't know what's going on here, why people are leaving, because we still have so much more to show.
Oh, man.
Including Mads Mikkelsen coming out to talk about being in the Casino Royale mission. And that didn't stop people. People continued to leave.
Kept going.
Did you and Dustin say?
And so, I think me and Dustin left. But I'm so grateful that he was there with me to share that experience because it felt like a fever dream.
Yeah.
And like otherwise I wouldn't have thought it was real unless he was there to confirm.
They called me after. They like called me at my house. They're like,
dude,
giving me the full debrief, and I was like, "That's bizarre."
That is insane.
And I was like, "I gotta go next year."
Coincidentally, I did not get invited back to the IO.
Oh man,
They like had me on camera. Like that guy's off the list.
Just because I'll tell one quick story that Trey just reminded me of. I went to the early screening for X-Men Dark Phoenix, which is a horrible movie.
Yeah.
It is really bad. And halfway through, the camera's power went out, so the movie stopped, and people were like stoked because they hated it and they wanted to leave. And the PR lady blocked the door and said, "We have a list of everyone who's here, what website they work for, and where they're sitting, and everyone who walks out will never be invited to another whatever distributor screening ever again."
Crazy.
And people literally looked like Charlie Brown. They're like, "Oh, okay," and they go and sit down and watch the rest of the movie. I was crying, laughing. I'm just alone in this theater. I didn't go with anyone, and I was like, "Wow!" And it's pretty bad.
Damn, dude.
That's how you know it. It ain't hidden. If you gotta threaten people to stay.
Yep, it ain't hidden. All right, everybody, we're gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys in a bit. Jimmy, Ray, thank you once again.
Thank you for having me. See you guys.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Summon Sign, episode 128. You might have heard this. I'm not sure, but we did a live segment of the show a week before or after this. I don't really know, but I've redone this intro like 3 times. We've had some problems, but fucking ready to go right now. Even though it's very late for me, it's midnight, but I'm ready to rock and roll because I got my 2 European homies here with us. This is a much nicer intro than the last one I did for you guys. But first, we have Mr. Lockmort. Lockmort, hello, and hello to Ellie. Or walking around over there, Lockmort's cat.
She's walking around. Brad, it's so fun. I was thinking about doing this on purpose because I vowed to get revenge on you last week or a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yes.
So I figured I want to do something this episode to fuck with Brad, but it happened automatically. I didn't have to do anything. So.
I know. You got it, dude. Yeah, your hex paid off.
Well, it doesn't
Very
really
nice.
count. I'm still getting my revenge, but good to see you, my friends. Good to see you.
Lockmort's revenge is just going to be a goofy edit. That's what it'll be.
maybe now. Maybe right
Simon,
now.
I'll give you context for his scorn. Basically, I asked him to give me his top 10 or his top PC games for the year of 2000 through 2010.
I heard, yeah.
Yes. Then I pulled a fast one on him and did 2010.
Changed the decade.
2020. I changed the decade on him, and he was not happy. Oh, I had my whole script ready, like you said. You said earlier in another recording, Europeans are very prepared.
Yeah,
and write things down.
We need to be. You never know who's going to invade us again. So
yeah, you never
we
know
need to
when
be
someone's
prepared
gonna,
for everything.
when it's a Yankee like me is just going to pull a fast one on you and do that kind of stuff on. But so Lockwart's been quietly brewing some plan for a little bit. We'll see what his.
That's why he called me earlier today, and he was like, "Please fuck up your mic, so we have to start this podcast over 6 times. So Brad has to do like 6 intros. So anyone listening has no idea, but we've been here for hours.
Yes, not hours.
Because of me. I'm sorry, I apologize, but I'm super happy to be here.
No, yeah, great to have you here again, Simon. You're pretty much a regular now, this network. You've been on the show like what, 3 or 4 times now?
4.
4 times, I think. Last time was with Hoke when we said I was putting a chair up on the lawn. I'm going to knock on the door today. I'm going to knock on the door. See if someone opens up.
Also, shout out Hogue. I saw he lost a ton of weight. He posted a picture. Very nice.
Yeah.
Hogue.
Yeah.
Congratulations, dude.
It's not
Very
easy.
happy to see that.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'm shooting at midnight. I usually shoot at 10 a.m. my time, but I was doing Summer Game Fest stuff all weekend. It's over now, though, and this was the best time we could do for the show. And from when we're recording this, the Nintendo Direct is happening in about 6.5 hours from now. So I'm going to be very tired because I'm going to wake up for that. But I'm excited. Before we get into everything, though, Simon, what's going on, man? What's going on?
I'm good. Busy weeks, actually. Of course, Summer Game Fest. We did a lot of streams for our channels here in the Netherlands as well. Some podcasts. And just before that, because what a lot of devs do, they do previews or they fly you out to check their games before Summer Game Fest starts. So you get a feel for the games. And then when they're announced or when they're shown, you immediately can put up a piece or whatever. And all of that coincided with our latest issue going to print, which had a lot of interviews I was doing with mainly American people. Spoke to the writer of Talos Principle 3, which was, I wanted to shout him out, man. And that game as well. I know it's an indie game. I know it's not like 10 million people playing it, but Talos Principle is I think it fucking rocks. So great to see them do that. But did a lot of interviews, had a lot of deadlines, and then flew out to France to check out Rayman Legends and Ace Combat, and then immediately after dove into like the whole Summer Game Fest circus. So busy days.
All right, we're back. Just quick technical snafu. But I was talking to Simon. Yes, he was talking about SGF and all that good stuff, what he was doing. But now, here's the plan, guys. I did this with Ray and Jimmy. We're going to go through the big showcases, the big three: PlayStation, Keeley, and Xbox. We're going to go over some of the games that interested us quite a bit. And we're all going to pick one game that was our favorite game of that particular show. So, before we do all that, though, I just remembered. Check us out on patreon.com/laststandmedia. I got to sell it. You can get early ad-free access to all of our shows. We cannot do it without you guys, so thank you for supporting us over there. Also, if you want some merch, go to laststandmedia.store. Some nice merch over there. All right. Boys, let me write a timestamp right here for you, Lockmort, so you can tell. I don't know if you're doing timestamps. Anyways, here we go.
Yeah.
SGF Thoughts with us. All right. Boys, let's start with PlayStation, which was on Tuesday. We had their showcase there. Lockmort, talk to me. What did you think of this? What stood out to you?
Well, look, there's like a lot of opinions about this one, right? And I feel a little bit, I don't know exactly how to feel about it myself, because what they showed is obviously high quality, right? Like God of War. How do you pronounce it? Luffy?
I don't know.
No one knows.
Luffy? I'm just going to call her Luffy. I don't know why.
Luffy? Okay.
Call her Luffy.
My dog's name.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Or just God of War, I guess. So God of War, yeah, it is what it is. Wolverines, I have the same feeling with Wolverine. Like, it is what it is. We've played these games before in 2018. I think it's cool. I think if you're a PlayStation fan and you love like the cinematic third-person action adventure, really cool. What I do think is awesome in God of War is that the camera never breaks away from the action. So there's no scene cuts or anything. So I think they're going to do the 2018 thing and the Ragnarok thing. Or did that happen in Ragnarok?
I can't remember. Yeah,
but it happened in 2018 where the camera never broke away. It was like one fluid game, which is really cool. So I think they're doing that again. I'm going to play it. I'm probably going to like it a lot. But I'm not super excited for it because I already played it, I feel like. But I'll play it again, I guess.
Yeah, I think it'll get more exciting when it gets closer.
Yeah.
And when we actually get our hands on it. I think the narrative is super important for those games, those God of War games. Obviously, the combat and all that kind of stuff is, but the narrative is a big part of it. And I think if the narrative is compelling, and if it feels like, we start seeing the bigger picture with this game and all that kind of stuff, I think could be pretty good. I'm hoping it's good. The other two God of Wars are good, so I don't see why this one won't be.
Yeah, well, I kind of had the same feeling with Wolverine. Like, it looked, I love the gore and stuff. I loved Wolverine Origins back in the day, the video game where it was really gory and he could jump really far. This looked like another Spider-Man game, but with Wolverine, which is cool, I guess.
It's not open world, though.
No, it's not open world, but you can tell it's by the same
yeah,
studio,
of course,
right?
yeah.
Which is fine. It's all fine. Like, I know people love these games and are very passionate about them and love them, especially the NSM audience. So it's not fair to shit on them or to be like, oh, I hate it. I don't think anybody hates these games. I think everybody at least likes these games. But to me personally, I kind of had enough of them, which is just a personal taste. Like, I'm sure I will play them maybe at launch. I'm sure I will like them, but I don't see a world where they will be my GOTY of that year. I don't think Wolverine will be my game of the year this year, and I certainly don't think God of War will be my game of the year next year. But they will be for other people, and I'm positive they will both be nominated for the official game of the year because people just love these PlayStation games. Yeah. So I'm excited for other games that they showed. Until Dawn 2 looked cool. Summer Tropical Island stuff could be fun. Tomb Raider looked really cool. But overall, I thought this conference or showcase or whatever you want to call it was okay. I didn't think
Mm-hmm.
it was great. There wasn't anything that got me with my jaw on the floor. I thought it was fine. I thought it was cool. I hope PlayStation fans are happy. I was sort of okay with it.
Okay. Simon, what about you? Give me your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I was thoroughly unimpressed, to be honest. Part of that is like expectations. We all know Sony like put out the state of play announcement like 2 weeks in advance. They did the theater stuff, so I expected like big things. And we saw great games, no doubt about it. I'm like Onimusha, the Tomb Raider is like the first one, is my favorite game of all time. This is looking like a great like reimagining of that. We had like Ace Combat, Silent Hill, all those games are probably awesome games. But like watching it, and if you like go back to even the last state of play, I was like hyped for stuff. And we also saw Ace Combat there. We also saw Tomb Raider there. We saw the game with the chicken man. I don't know what it's called, but that was like, oh shit, what's this? Is new. And I also had there was like a new Legacy of Kain game, which turned out to be like a super shitty game. It's insane how bad that game is. But as a fan, that state of play like got me on my feet. And watching this was like, okay, cool games. A lot of stuff we've already saw. And when Stuntman, don't get me wrong, I love Stuntman. I even played the first Stuntman or replayed it just maybe 2 months back. Never expected, never saw that coming whatsoever. So that was like, oh fuck, this is actually Stuntman. But yeah, for the rest of it, it was a lot of, it was informative. The games were great, but watching the showcase or the state of play, the experience itself was like, yeah, it's okay. I do really like the when they showed Halo. Oh no, wait, they pulled it at the last minute.
They did pull that, yeah.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, there wasn't as much excitement and hype that I want to get out of these types of showcases or back when it was E3, like those press conference, we were like, it was almost rock and roll being in your seat and seeing that stuff and seeing like Final Fantasy VII announced and then Shenmue 3 coming out of nowhere, Last Guardian appearing. And we're in an age where a lot of stuff is leaked beforehand. We knew there was a new God of War. We knew Faye was going to be the main character. And for the rest of it, it was just showing games again with great showings, to be honest. Giving dates, which I also love. But like seeing that Until Dawn too, it's the same as what Locke says. Until Dawn isn't for me. I played the first game. I liked it. But I'm not watching a state of play to see games I like. I'm watching state of play to see games I love. And then ending with 20 minutes of that God of War game, yeah, that's a no for me, man. The first 5 minutes, she's talking more than Aloy. I'm like, oh, dude, I got this feeling that we've been playing this game in all different kinds, all different shapes and sizes. We've been playing this game in ancient Japan. We've been playing this game in post-apocalyptic worlds. We've been playing this game hunting treasures, like with Uncharted, Ghost of Yotei, Last of Us. It's the Sony game. I understand they put all their energy in this, but on the other hand, you have a studio like Capcom, banging out Pragmata, Resident Evil, all those kinds of games, and it just shows like, well, maybe do one or two, maybe 3 studios. Do like a Santa Monica, a Naughty Dog, maybe another studio, Sucker Punch. Let them do these big cinematic games where the main character talks a little bit too much to herself or himself or whatever. All good, because that's your brand and you need those games. But I'm like, just give me a Wipeout. Just give me a small, even games that don't set the world on fire. Like Concrete Genie is an example that people usually go to. Like, oh, there was a bit of a crazy Sony, and I want to see more of the ballsy, creative, bold Sony that we got with like the PS1 era or when their backs were against the wall with the PS3 era. And I understand the business of it. I understand why they do certain things and don't do other things. But as someone, again, in the same camp as Locke, like I love the Spider-Man games. When I play it, the minute those credits roll, I forget everything about that game.
Yeah.
Like some games stick with me, Spider-Man doesn't. I still believe those are at least 9 out of 10. And the quality and the feeling I get when playing Spider-Man and swing to that city, that's so fucking amazing. But the minute it ends like that. It doesn't like hold a space in my heart. And I got the same vibe for Wolverine. That's probably going to be the same kind of experience for me. And yeah, God of War. I will play this game. I will probably love the fuck out of it, man. That world, that design, that big like He-Man, Panther, the gods and everything. The whole concept of an afterlife where the gods reconvene after they die. I mean, I cannot wait to dive into this world, experience the story, and even the gameplay looked pretty good when she was fighting. But everything surrounding that, like the first 5 minutes, we were making jokes about, there's a pass over there. Maybe I should go there. I'm like, no one does this. And I know a lot of people, like when Forspoken came out, that was the like the turning point of I don't even know what we call it anymore. Is it Marvel writing, Millennium writing, whatever? But I just have this thing, and I don't even like the main character that much, like the actress. I saw her in like 2 roles, like Daredevil and what was the other one, like True Blood, and she's written like a really annoying character in both these series. So yeah, that doesn't help for me. So yeah, I was really underwhelmed, and which is weird because I saw fucking Tomb Raider, I saw Ace Combat, I saw Onimusha, even the games they're dropping on PS Plus with Psyops and Onimusha 4. I'm like, oh man, great picks, because I love those classics. I love to go back to them. So yeah, not a lot of surprises, and for me, like the main problem, definitely my own expectations, which is my fault. Because these games are probably great and they'll probably turn out great, but yeah, if you make this showcase, maybe think about adding some different flavor, and trying to find a stuntman more, or maybe 2 more, like little games that change up the flow of the state of play. So yeah, unfortunately, pretty unimpressed. Which and I'm usually super easy to hype up.
Sure. I think I'm a little more positive than you guys. I think I agree with you guys in a lot of sense that you're saying there are great games here, and I agree with you, but we've seen a lot of these games before, so it is less exciting. Like we've seen Onimusha before, we've seen Ace Combat. Like they're great games, and I'm happy to see them here. So I totally get that. Like we've seen Tokon. As cool as I think that game looks, we've seen it before, but I was really stoked to see like Green Goblin there, and
this Tokon show was great again. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Like Dune Awakening, I don't really care about. Dynasty Warriors, I don't care about. God of War would have been a lot bigger if it didn't. We already didn't know it was already happening, pretty much. So that really took the wind out of the sails for that game. Honestly, that what was it called? Boncho the Chef. That looks like the Dave the Diver prequel. That looked kind of cool, actually. It reminded me of like Cooking Mama. So that was sweet. Yeah. Marathon. I get it. Like I'm a Marathon fan. I play Marathon a lot, but like most people aren't going to give a shit about that. So I understand. Wolverine, like you guys saying, looks very Insomniac, but I'll play it. I'm happy it's not open world. I think that's cool. I'm very happy to hear that. Ill is an awesome game. That was like that first person survival horror game. That game looks incredible. So it's not the first time we've seen it. It's been a while, but happy to see that. One thing I did think was interesting was Kimuri, which is Ikuma Nakamura's new game. She was the one that used to be at Tango Gameworks and stuff like that. She worked on the Evil Within. She was art director on Evil Within, I believe. She was directing Ghostwire Tokyo before she left. We got to see her new game, which is like a multiplayer, almost Ghostwire Tokyo looking game, but third person now, action game. Curious about it. I don't know if I'm sold on it necessarily, but I am curious to see more of it, but it seems like it's still far away. Happy No Rest for the Wicked got its 1.0 announcement. I've been waiting for that game to come out of early access for a long time.
Yeah.
Very happy that. Oh, dude, the Phantom Blade thing was like super weird. They showed like a teaser, like, come back later for a new trailer at another time. And I'm like, okay, why do we even do this? Psyops, Simon, I'm pretty excited to play that actually because Gene Park loves that game and he was hyping it up to me. So I'm like, all right.
And I know Psyops came out around the same time as Second Sight from Free Radical. And those games, it's funny, those games often get mixed up. And I was actually talking to Locke about this last week. I'm like, I'm diving into Second Sight again because that's also an amazing game. And there were like 2 games based on psychic powers. Yeah, Psyops is a great throwback, man.
Rayman looked awesome. Unfortunately, that was pretty much leaked before as well, like fully leaked. Yeah. Silent Hill Townfall we've seen before. Not really that exciting of a thing, but I'm definitely going to play it when it comes out. Stuntman's cool coming back. The Lost Wild actually looked interesting to me. It was like that survival horror dinosaur game. Could be cool. I don't think it's going to be great, honestly, but I hope it's cool because I like the idea of that.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider looks really good, actually, Simon. That's your wheelhouse. Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
And Until Dawn 2, not my type of game, but it looked interesting regardless. So I think there's some great games here, but it wasn't just the most exciting presentation like you guys are saying, especially because so much was leaked already. So that was unfortunate, but definitely, I think it's the weakest out of the three, but I still think it was like decent show regardless.
Yeah, I think it was decent too. I would give it it depends how you grade it. Like if you had to grade it against the other two, I would give this one a C, but not because I think it was bad, but I think the other ones weren't A's either, so I have to give those B's.
That's fine.
And I thought this one.
I mean, we don't have to think about the scores or anything too much. We don't have to think about it like that.
Yeah. Okay.
We just treat
and
it.
It's. Are you grading the games? Yeah, sure. Fucking amazing lineup. Are you grading the show, the flow of it, and a lot of stuff that's out of Sony's hands, like you said, Brad, Rayman being leaked, God of War. We already knew too much about. I hate that stuff. I understand people do it, but it just takes away so much of the excitement of these kind of shows. If your like main weapons are leaked in advance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. But all right, let's move on to Jeff Keighley. Oh, actually, sorry. Why don't you guys pick one game, your favorite game that you saw at the Sony thing?
Yeah, I have to go with Tomb Raider. Yeah, that's my series. That's my game for sure. Yeah.
Lockmort.
I think it's a tough one because I want to say Wolverine, but it's not the one I'm most excited about. I think I'm most excited about Control, but I don't think that counts because Control was at every...
No, that counts. No, that's okay. It's just, you don't have to think about it like that. Just like whatever they showed that was like the most interesting to you.
I think what got me the most hyped was Until Dawn 2 in this one because I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that was a nice surprise.
You know what's funny? It's I was scrolling to my list. I have a list like the games that of all these shows, and I put a little impromptu top 10 at the bottom just before we started recording, and Ace Combat's actually above Tomb Raider. So
wow.
Wow.
Okay.
That trailer is that the music in the trailer. Oh man, that game is gonna be insane. That's gonna be fire.
For me, I guess just off the top of my head, I'd pick Ill because that is like my wheelhouse kind of shit. I love survival horror, things like that. It looks dark, gritty, spooky. I'm in. There's a lot of good games there, though, of course.
Nice.
All right, boys. Let's move on to Jeff Keighley's show. I guess it's just called Summer Game Fest Showcase. I'm going to just go down the list. I'm looking at Game Informer's list. Let's start off big with the closer. Final Fantasy VII Revelations. Now, Simon, I heard about something you're going to make Lockmort play.
Yes. We in the magazine Lockmort, of course, writing for Power Limited, the magazine I'm editor-in-chief of, and we have this segment called like a retro review. So the entire layout of these pages is the layout we used like in the beginning of the 90s. So it's like really super 90s coded, and the whole like how we judge the games, how we write about them. It's all in that really old style from 30 years ago, and it's a chance for people to go back and play games like maybe your nephew had a game, or your friend next door had a game and you never finished it, but you saw it at their house, or maybe you got stuck on a boss when you were like 10 years old. So this is kind of like a retry of going back into that game to do a retro review on it and finally finish it after all these years. If you, for whatever reason, haven't finished it. And it's a segment that I like to like rotate the writers in there because it often turns out to be a really personal article, because people are writing like, oh, I was on vacation and there was an arcade cabinet and I played this game and it could have whatever, and my parents were getting a divorce, and so I really like to use that segment to like show more, not even of the games, but of the people, of the writers themselves. And Locke is of course new, So great opportunity for him to do one. And he suggested doing Metal Gear.
Oh.
And I was thinking about, I know how much you hate JRPGs.
Hold on a second. Like, you haven't played Metal Gear either, Lockmort?
How many times are we going to have to do this? I've been on the show like 100 times. I have to
maybe I just
it every time.
I think I just erase it from my brain.
I didn't grow up with consoles. I grew up with PC.
Offensive.
It is.
It's so offensive.
I didn't grow up with consoles. How? It's my parents.
It's been out on PC for years. Years.
I want to play it. I really do want to play it, Metal Gear Solid. Because I had to promise Maddie to. I promised you to. I really want to play it, but I will at some point. But I guess I'm stuck.
Pretty short game too. You can beat it.
Yeah, and you only had like 25 years, so no one's blaming you.
Yeah,
20, that's very nice of you to say 25 years.
You're making him play a retro game. What is it?
Yeah, and we came up with Final Fantasy VII because Revelations is announced, so that's a good hook. And he's the certified JRPG hater, and everyone listening to your podcasts knows that. But like our magazine readers don't know Locke at all at the moment. So yeah, that's a nice introduction. Letting him play through it, and eventually he'll see the light. He'll end up being the biggest JRPG fan ever made because he's playing the best JRPG ever made. One of the best.
Now, I'm going to say this as well, Lockmore. You can't pull the I didn't have consoles growing up because there was a PC port of this game that came out in 1998.
I literally told this story in the very first episode I was on, Bradley.
Do it again. That was like 3 years ago.
It was 3 years ago, yeah. I was at the store. I had two choices, Baldur's Gate 1 or Final Fantasy 7. I was going to pick Final Fantasy 7, but I was poor. You know how it is when you're a kid. You go to the store, you see two games, you go back home. You
like one game a year.
For a week. Yeah. Think about it for a week, you go back. And I made up my mind I was going to buy Final Fantasy 7. And I went back to the store and it was gone. So I had to pick Baldur's Gate. So I picked Baldur's Gate and I was lost forever.
So that was the only time you could buy a game again? Is that what you're telling me? That was the only time?
I have played Final Fantasies afterwards. I played Final Fantasy 8. I played 9. I played 10. I'm playing 14 right now. I've played 15. I've played a little bit of 16, not a lot. So that doesn't really count. I've played Dragon Quests. So I have played JRPGs. I've played Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and I loved it.
You did play Remake, not Rebirth, though.
No. I still have to play Rebirth, but this is perfect because now I get to experience the OG.
You'll make it better, honestly, if you play the OG first.
Probably, and also I'm going to stream it so people can see it. People can help me out, or you guys can help me out, and it'll be fun. I think.
And you're a chatty streamer, and that's good. But I want you to focus on the game as well. I'm worried about you just getting on a side tangent and making no progress. I've seen you play games on stream. I've seen how long you get stuck in a level or in a certain area just talking to people. I think I saw you play 14. You went to 2 zones, and that was it for the entire thing. And I was like, okay, the Tomb Raider thing, you're stuck in a level for an hour and a half because you're just chatting it up.
I have a deadline for this, so I have to get on with it. So it's there's no. And to be in my defense, I also played through every Resident Evil game on stream, and I did finish those. But you're right. Normally with JRPGs or not JRPGs, with RPGs or other games, I take my time and I'd rather talk to the people than concentrate on the game. But for this one, I have to because, like Simon said, it's for work. So it's not for fun, Brad. It's for work.
And it is not going to be fun. It's going to be horrible. Playing through that amazing story in that amazing world. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the article, man. And you might end up loving it. You might end up I'm glad I went the Baldur's Gate route. But Final Fantasy 7 it is.
You better love it, or we can't be friends anymore.
I will. I won't.
I mean, no pressure, but if you don't like it, we're never talking again.
I'll be honest. I loved Final Fantasy 7 Remake, so I don't think there's a world where I won't like this. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love it, but we'll see.
Yeah. You like some older Japanese role-playing games as well.
Oh yeah,
people don't know that about you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love Dragon Quest 7, Dragon Quest 8. I love Final Fantasy 9. If I had to pick a favorite JRPG, that would be it. So
yeah.
He also told me, and he's not talking about Final Fantasy 12 right now. He told me how he feels about 12.
Ooh.
12 is really special to me. I'm like, okay, let's let's make a deal. Never mention what you think about 12 anymore to me, because that really hurts my feelings. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's a funny one, and it's the exact like idea behind doing this segment. Like not only here's an old review, but hearing the stories, hearing and seeing the personalities behind the people that write. And I really want to introduce Locke in a more personal way to our audience as well. So
absolutely.
This is perfect for it, I think.
Sure. Yeah.
Simon, you're a big Final Fantasy VII fan. Obviously, you're saying
Huge. Yeah.
Revelations. How you feeling?
I'm stoked. I could talk about this for like 3 hours. I'm in the camp. Like I remember, and I think a lot of people are in the same boat. I remember being a kid sitting in front of the TV, and then this commercial comes up, and you're seeing the CGI, and that's in a time where like computer generated graphics weren't really a thing. CGI wasn't really something I was familiar with, or which was in any way, shape, or form like really present in our media. We still had like VFX and everything. And seeing that CGI, and I remember it clear as day, being alone in the room, actually walking up to the TV. I'm like, holy shit, it was magical. And I never played like RPGs before that. Went to the store in the city where I live, and you could check out games, and I played like, I don't know, half an hour of it, and I'm like, oh wait, I can actually choose my attack, and the other guys will wait for me to do it, and there's like this tactical layer to it. And I believe that was still a demo that store had, or maybe import, I'm not sure. But yeah, I was blown away by the concept and by the CGI and whatever, before even knowing like what is a JRPG or whatever. And because I got into gaming like quite late, I was always like outside playing. My parents never brought me any console or whatever. I had a Game Boy, a classic one. My older brother had a Commodore 64, and that's all we had until I like turned 16 or something. And then I did a lot of retro stuff to fill out all the gaps. But I remember we just got a PlayStation 1. Me and my brother bought it. I don't even know how old I was back then, but I had to wait for Final Fantasy VII. And then I read about this game called Wild Arms. And I was like, oh, I can play that now. And then that was my first like real JRPG, which never left like my soul. Wild Arms is like my soulmate. And then Final Fantasy VII came, and I was like, this is the best game I'll ever play, and that kind of still is one of the best things I've ever played, man. So diving into Remake was amazing. Diving into Rebirth was great. I had some issues with the game, but still, being back on tour with this gang of characters, and seeing Revelation, seeing the High Wind, seeing Vincent Valentine and Sid, and seeing Wutai like this, it was just the entire bit. When I'm saying God of War 20 minutes, maybe not do that. Revelations could have been like 4 hours of interviews and everything, and the highway and the ability to drop like anywhere in the open world, like Breath of the Wild. I mean, yeah, the job system being introduced in a new way, which is something from older Final Fantasy. I don't know. Like I said, you have to stop me because I'll keep rambling for days about this. This game is also for me. Because people were asking me like, "What's the best thing you saw on the show?" And I'm not even thinking about Final Fantasy VII, because for me that's so far up there that I'm like, okay, that is not fair. Like that's my arm. When I finished Final Fantasy VII Remake, I had my entire sleeve tattooed from Final Fantasy VII Remake and everything. So yeah, that's not fair. When someone asks me like, what is the best game in the entire week, I'm not thinking about Final Fantasy VII Revelations, but it's just because that series is so near and dear to me, man. That's and it looks amazing, and they're actually going to pull it off. I just need to stay alive until that game is out. It's really important, and whatever happens after happens. But I need to finish this game. It's really important. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. Final Fantasy VII is one of, if not my favorite game of all time. Like you're saying, I remember when it was coming out, had like the biggest marketing campaign I've ever seen for a game at the time. Like I was seeing stuff at bus stops. I had never seen anything like that in my life for a game before at the time. Like you're saying, the visuals, nothing like that in gaming. It was like, it's like hard. I don't know, for people who weren't around at the time or who were much younger, it was like such a monumental like release. It was, I had never seen anything quite like that at the time. Like we were saying, marketing, visuals, gameplay. Well, I mean, gameplay, yeah, we've seen it before, but when you like see a summon for the first time in that game, it was like blew my mind how crazy that shit was. So
we weren't even using games on CD as well, so that was like it was a giant leap from SNES. I think you can, and I'm not sure if this is nostalgia speaking, but you know when Call of Duty was the biggest thing in the world, it felt like Final Fantasy in our gaming bubble had at least as much impact as like
definitely
God 4 had. And it's blasphemy comparing these two games, but you understand what I mean. And
and I like the remake games quite a bit. I like Remake, and I like Rebirth a lot too. So this is like, I have like really no complaints. What I saw, they are emphasizing the high wind, which I think is important for this part of the game. And this sense of freedom they're saying, how you can kind of just go wherever you want and do whatever you want, is very interesting to me. I'm curious how they're going to pull that off. And the free falling, being able to jump out, Tears of the Kingdom style, like you said, looks amazing. I'm really happy to see, or curious to see, I should say, the new combat changes, whatever they're doing. Aside from being Vincent and Sid now playable, they look incredible. Everything just looks exactly how it should look.
It's pretty much that's
right
perfectly
now.
put. Yeah.
So hopefully they'll nail it. The story, like that's going to be a huge thing of how they end the game and all that kind of stuff, and the narrative payoffs. So I'm very excited. Spring, baby. We don't have to wait too much longer. We just got to stay alive. We got to live.
Yeah. That's the most. Did you get or did you feel? Because when I finished Remake, I'm like, oh shit, we're playing sequels. We're not actually playing remakes. Then Rebirth came in, and I was like, oh fuck, are we? Or are we just playing a remake? And I kind of feel like they pivoted a bit after Remake to maybe go more into like genuine remake territory. I'm not sure where I land at the moment.
Maybe that's we don't know. We don't know for sure. We thought we knew one thing, but maybe we don't. So
that's so exciting.
I'm personally, I haven't been in the camp of like speculating a lot on that kind of stuff or reading fan theories. I've been extremely hands off. I'm just going to experience it as it comes. And there's nothing wrong with like getting into that, all that kind of stuff. That's fine. But I'm just ready to see whatever they're going to deliver. And I hope I like it. I've liked what they've done so far. So hopefully that trend will continue. Lockmort, what did you think? As someone who's played Remake at least.
Now that I think about it, I'm not entirely sure. I think I started Final Fantasy VII when Rebirth came out, like the original. Okay. So I think I played like 10 or 15 hours of it a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, now that I think about it. But I never finished it, at least, so it still counts, I feel like, right?
Sure.
What did I think of Revelations?
Revelations, what they showed.
To someone like me, I was very excited for you guys. Like you're two of my friends. Dustin the same. I think I was on stream with Maddie at the time when Maddie was streaming this. I'm excited for my friends for this game. For me, I don't have a big connection to it, of course, not yet at least. So it was cool. It was cool. I'm very happy that I saw my friends be very happy. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But to me personally,
I think it's totally fine. Yeah.
To me personally, I can't have any emotion with it because I have no connection with it yet. But hopefully, in a month, I will. We'll see.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right. Next, the second biggest game, for me at least, Resident Evil Veronica. Not Code Veronica. Veronica. They dropped it. The remake. Simon, you're a big Resident Evil guy, aren't you?
For sure.
Yeah. What'd you think?
Yeah. Amazing. I love that they're doing Veronica. It's the Resident Evil that could benefit a remake. Maybe the most, and I'm not talking about like it's pretty impossible for like non-fans to play the original Resident Evil 1. But in the sense that Veronica was a great game when it came out, but it was close to like being something way more. And there's a couple of points in that game that if you change those up, especially with Capcom is like nailing everything they do, but especially the Resident Evil remakes. And Veronica has the setting, it has the story, it has the antagonist or antagonists, and everything there is perfect. And it just needed to be like a bit of a better game with a few changes to make it so much better. And that's what they hopefully did with Veronica. So I'm glad they're tackling this one. Looks great.
All right, we're back again. Lockmort,
Sure.
You're also a big Resident Evil fan. What did you think of Veronica?
It's one of the only ones I've never played before, so I'm very excited for it. You talked to me about it a lot, and I saw a little bit of gameplay on it. It starts like in a train, I think, right?
No, that's Zero.
Oh, well, there you go. Those are the two I've never played. No, then I know absolutely nothing about this one, so I'm very excited, and I also don't want to know anything.
Okay.
Well, of course, you can. I think you both like it, right? You just talked about it. So
yeah,
I presume.
Yeah,
you both
I don't
love
it. I think it's decent though, good enough. Like it's not the worst Resident Evil. I'll say that by any means. Like I like it more than I think Zero and things like that. So it's a super important game for lore.
It feels like a mainline game.
It does. It pretty much is. It pretty much is a mainline Resident Evil game.
To me, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
There are definitely some rough edges in this game. I'll say that, especially like ammunition, like people getting soft locked out of beating the game. I would say in the original one, that was a big problem.
Yeah.
And some character that's very famous in the game that no one likes. Well, some people like him, but Steve Burnside is a bizarre character, and I'm really curious to see how they'll rework him in the future. But what they showed of the game, none of that's in the original. So I'm very curious that whole setup with Claire going to see Chris. Original does not start like that. So I'm really curious to see what kind of things they add and how they handle certain situations. But I mean, Capcom, for the most part, has been crushing it with Resident Evil remakes in particular. So hopefully that trend continues. We will all be there, of course, next year. Pumping them out.
Yeah, very.
And I kind of like the fact that because it was always a question: are they going Veronica? Are they going Resident Evil 5? Are they going Zero first? I really like that they did Veronica because it's also. I imagine I don't have any sales data, but I feel like this was the one. Next to Zero, of course, but this was the one that least people played. Like if you're more of a casual Resident Evil fan, you'll play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, and you might miss Revelations, you might miss Code Veronica, you might miss Zero, and all of that is okay. But Veronica is the one I'm like, they kind of did you dirty, not giving you a number.
Yeah, I'm imagining all those people that played Resident Evil 5 without playing this. And like the stakes between characters is this game elevates that kind of stuff a lot. So super important.
Nice.
Okay. Next one. Pretty cool. I forgot about this. So I saw it right here. Cuphead is getting a sequel. Hand drawn once again, but also a brand new Cuphead game is coming that's 8-bit. I think it's actually 8-bit. And they're
going to make a Mega Drive version as well because it's based on the technology to which they used in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, so really fun announcement with like a little puppet cup guy talking. I like that. So very happy. I love Cuphead, so right up my alley. Good shit. Alien Isolation 2. Really looking forward to this. I haven't played the first Alien Isolation, but I definitely want to play this one. Atmosphere looks fantastic. Simon, I got to know what you think of this one. Gen Atlas. Fumito Ueda's next game.
Yeah, that's up there in like the top 10 list I made for myself.
Thank God.
I'll check. Wait, I have it here. It is. It's actually in the third spot because I'm a Ueda guy, man. Last Guardian, hate on it all you want, but Jesus Christ, that ending like really got me. And even though the Trico beast doesn't listen and it starts to listen, and you form this bond with it, man. And I'm not too big on Ico, but Shadow of the Colossus, and there's something in his game. Oh, you are a big Ico fan?
Yeah, I like all of his games a lot.
Oh yeah.
I will say
Ico's
though,
the one I went back to. Maybe that's the problem.
I played Eco when it came out, so I was there on the ground floor, and I was like, "Whoa, this is fucking crazy!" But I definitely understand why people playing it like Dustin, who played it later on, were like, "I don't like this."
Sure.
Oh yeah, I had the same experience. Shadow of the Colossus was the one I played when it came out, and I was like, "Jesus Christ!" I even played that. Remember, there was a time in our lives we tried to forget, but there were like 3D TVs and 3D games, and Sony had this bundle. I think it was Shadow of the Colossus and something else. I don't know what it was.
They had Killzone, I remember, had 3D. Killzone 3 had 3D in it.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember. I try to forget everything about 3D as much as possible. But I remember even playing Colossus in 3D, which was I don't even know where the third dimension was. Probably behind me, but I don't know, man. And then the remake came out from Blue Point, which made me a Blue Point fan, which made me sad along the way when they closed. But yeah, Ueda, he has got it, man. And I don't care how long he takes, and I don't care that bits in this trailer are like, oh, we're shooting now in your game. Whatever you want to do, man. I trust you. You're obviously one of the greats. So yeah, man. Gen Atlas is looking.
Yeah.
For people like us, and this is not a mainstream game, but for people and listeners who are into his games, like we are our little group of people, we know what's up with him and his games, man. So yeah, super excited.
Yeah, big time excited. Lockmort, this is not a game for you, probably.
I can already tell that I'm gonna be hated this episode. I can already see the
no one
comments.
hates you.
No,
God, this idiot doesn't like anything.
No, he does. We're getting there. We're getting to the games. You're not.
And you just said you were happy with Final Fantasy because you could see your friends being happy. That is the most wholesome thing I've heard in months. So yeah,
that is true. This one, I don't even remember this one, to be honest.
Okay.
I just looked at
the list. Okay, wait, I'll take it back. Yeah, you're right.
All right. End the show.
No, I was looking at the list. It's not in my. I made a list of my favorite games from the shows, and I came across this title. What's it called? Gen Atlas.
Gen Atlas. Yeah.
I don't remember what it is.
Okay. Well.
That's how much of an impression it left on me. Sorry.
Okay. It was like the flying robot head. This guy was like riding in the robot head and fighting big fucking mech stuff.
Even when you tell me, it means nothing to me.
That's all right. Okay. We'll move on. Let's move on to something that Locke will be into, though. Actually, I'm curious what you guys think of this game first. Crossfire. This was the game from like old like Naughty Dog people and stuff like that. The military shooter. They were emphasizing like the characters taking cover naturally as they're moving and stuff like that. Very Naughty Dog looking production on animations. Lockhart, what'd you think of this?
This is the game that has the worst title out of all of them. I think out of all of them that were shown.
Yeah,
because I think what the game looks like, it looks like a really cool. Psychological. It kind of reminded me of Spec Ops: The Line in a way.
Definitely.
Yes.
Not just because of like the special. I don't want to say psychic power, but like the special psychology behind it, but also because of the horrible title. And I think that's what stuck with me the most. But I love that it's made by former Naughty Dog people. You can really tell that it's high quality. They explained like the cover system, like it's a dynamic cover system, right? Where she. You saw the character like move across the rocks there. I think that's the actress who was in The Boys. What's her name? Claudia something. She's married to the
She was
Cube.
the president. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. She's married to the Cube from God of War. So great actress. But they didn't really show. They showed a lot, but they also didn't show a lot. Like, I want to know what type of game it is. Is it like a cover shooter? Is it like a psychological horror game? We don't really know. Is it a story-based game? We don't really know.
I feel like it's a mix a bit between those two.
Yeah, probably. So I'm excited for it, but I want to see more. And please God change the title, because that is just a horrible title.
They can, because it's part of like this massive franchise in Asia. It's insanely big. Remedy did that Crossfire X.
Yes. Right.
One of the worst shooters ever made. They just needed that back, so good for them. But that was a horrible, shitty game. Hardly worked. So this is part of that franchise. So they're stuck with Crossfire as the title, which is definitely a shitty title. Yeah, but look great.
Cool. All right. Finally, a Lockmort game. Guild Wars 3. Finally, a game he'll like for once.
It should have been a game I liked. Yeah. Sadly, the trailer looked like Highguard, so no, I didn't like this.
I thought it was Highguard at first. I'm not trolling. I was like, "Whoa, Highguard."
The problem with Guild Wars 3 is it leaked beforehand, so there was no hype from me.
Well, they kind of like were hyping it up themselves.
Yeah, so somebody found it. Somebody found it in like someone was data mining and they found it. So it's not their fault. I love MMOs. I love Guild Wars 1. I love Guild Wars 2. So when I found out last week that Guild Wars 3 was coming, I was like, oh, hell yeah. Please let it come soon. I'm so excited to see it. And then we had this trailer where they showed a guy on a horse and then the title. All right, early access 2027. Bye.
Yeah, that game's
don't care.
Years away, of course.
Yeah. I'll care about it in 2028 in 2 years.
Okay.
But right now, I don't know why they announced it. Let's put it that way.
Just a big stage build up anticipation, I guess.
Sure, but I would have loved it more if it happened next year. Right?
Yeah, of course.
But it's still doable.
Yep. We lost Simon again. We lost his camera.
Yeah,
He
I
goes.
don't know what to do.
What a curse
He's
episode,
back.
man.
He's back.
You're back. Yeah.
It's probably going to happen to anyone listening. It's probably or watching. It's probably going to. I don't know.
you're gone.
Gundam Rogue Orbit. Lockmort, you love Gundams. No, I actually recently the Lockmort doesn't like robots, and I was like, God damn, dude, how am I friends with this guy?
What am I?
Anyways.
Cut me out of this episode. Cut me
I'm
out.
sorry. I'm beating you up too much. I love Lockmort. Anyways, Gundam Rogue Orbit. I'm a big Gundam guy. Gundam games usually aren't that great, though, in my opinion. However, this one looks a little different. Reminded me a lot of Armored Core, actually. So I'm going to keep an eye on this game. I pray for a good Gundam game. Simon, what about you? Do you care about Gundam games at all?
Not at all. No.
Okay, cool. We can move on real quickly, though. I'll keep an eye on it, audience. Don't worry about that. This has been shown before, but Star Wars Galactic Racer looks really cool.
Yeah.
I love the old pod racing game on N64. Played the shit.
I want to play that game.
Yeah,
I
so
want to play that
definitely
game
keep
so
an eye on
badly.
that game.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I'm curious about this for you, Simon. Virtua Fighter Crossroads. Are you a Virtua Fighter guy?
I'm a fighter guy, not a virtual fighter guy, because that's most people know it's like really like the realistic fighting game, and just give me a few Hadokens and that kind of stuff in it. And I was confused, like, is this a new game? Because we saw like the concept like a couple of years ago, maybe last year. Is this a normal fighter with like a Mortal Kombat mythologies or Tekken Force mode implemented? I still haven't had time to truly check, but I believe we get like a normal Virtua Fighter, and this is part of it. Is that the correct assumption?
I don't know.
Or is this just the like Tekken Force mode Virtua Fighter thing? It's so confusing because some stuff leaked beforehand where you really saw the 1v1, the traditional style. So I definitely have no idea what to expect from this. I do try with every new Virtua Fighter release or update or edition. I'm like, I'm gonna do it this time. I'm gonna head in and I'm gonna learn this game, because people that get to a certain level in that game are like, oh man, you do not know what you're missing. But I've never had it click with me. But again, this is gonna be another one. Like, okay, 6 times a charm. Sure. Maybe. Yeah. and if you put in a mode like this, that might make it easier for me to like learn the ropes and everything. So
sure, yeah. Absolutely.
I'm curious about it.
I'm like you. Like growing up, I was more into like Street Fighter and King of Fighters and stuff like that. More was Capcom. So
nice.
I played a couple of Virtua Fighters, just mostly at like the arcade games, the arcades and stuff like that. But I think this is actually the next mainline Virtua Fighter. And it looks like they're going to have a very robust story mode, which is cool. I think that's a big selling point for fighting games. Like,
sure,
it's done wonders for Mortal Kombat. So I think people need to catch up on that regard. So very curious to see it. I'll have to ask Gene though, because Gene was a big Virtua Fighter guy.
Cool.
1666 Amsterdam. This is the game from former Ubisoft developer. I forgot his name.
Patrice Desilets?
Yes. Something like that. But I saw this game and I thought it was Assassin's Creed Hex.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So, Lockmort, you're a big Assassin's Creed guy, though. What did you think of this?
I immediately thought it was Hexa 2 until I saw that it took place in Amsterdam, where probably close to where Simon lives.
Sure,
we're pretty close to where I live.
Everything
too.
in Holland's close together, but yeah.
Exactly. Because we know Hexa takes place in Salem and not in Amsterdam. So that's when I figured, like, oh, what is this? This is kind of weird. It looked really cool, but it also looked maybe a little bit too much like Assassin's Creed, which is both a negative and a positive, I feel like. It's really cool to have a game set in the Netherlands in like the Middle Ages, or like a little bit past the Middle Ages.
Our golden age.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We've never had that location before in a game, so it could be really interesting. I hope they nail it. They nailed the setting at least. You can immediately tell it's Amsterdam, so that's really cool. But we don't know anything else about this game so far, so it looked cool, but I want to see more.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I agree with you pretty much.
You are forgetting the seminal game A2 Racer, which is a
Oh,
racing
yeah.
game made by this Dutch studio where you race are like one of
True.
the 8 highways we have.
Yeah,
As a Dutch guy, I'm like, finally we're getting a game set in Holland, and then we have like the 17th century is we call it our golden age, and we ruled the world and probably did a lot of stuff that you don't want to look back on too closely. But we were thriving back then. Our fleet went everywhere, and so that's a super interesting period in our history. And also, Patrice, like, he made Assassin's Creed, so it's only fair that he gets to be a little copycatty. Yeah. Because it's his own series, and we have the modern day stuff in it, and we have like modern day 1999 and 1666. So all of that, and he went through a lot of trouble making this project. It was his dream to make this, and then Ubisoft, I think they bought the rights or the studio where he went, and then like made sure that his life was miserable, so he would leave, and then he eventually ended up getting the rights back. I don't know. It's a long story. You could probably write a book about it, but I really love for him that this dream is coming true. There's a prologue out there that doesn't really do much for the game. It does look like maybe a project that's too ambitious for the resources he has going for him right now. But yeah, I'm happy. We're getting an Amsterdam game, and I'm especially happy for this guy, man. I can't imagine what it is to have a dream, to have a concept, to build a world in your head, and then seeing a corporate entity go and take that away from you. So I'm super happy that his dream is coming true, whatever the game turns out to be.
Cool. All right. Next up, we'll talk about just really quickly is the Saw game. What is it called? Saw Genesis. Kind of interesting premise set in the aftermath of World War One and centered around a character called the Judge, who is a precursor to Jigsaw. So big origin story like that. I'm assuming this is going to be an asymmetrical multiplayer game. It's my guess.
Yeah,
like many of these
I think it
games.
Wasn't it on the?
I can't remember.
Like the poster as well.
Maybe it was. Yeah, I'm gonna try to skim through the trailer a little bit so I can see. But it looks kind of interesting like that. Definitely reminds me of the Outlast Trials. Of course, I guess Outlast Trials reminded me of Saw. So here they're coming with this game. This could be fun with some friends, actually. Maybe. Oh yeah, it says 3v1 multiplayer horror game. So maybe we keep an eye on that. Any thoughts, boys, or you want to move on?
I'll echo everything you just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is kind of weird that they're not basing it on a movie, though, I'll say, or on the movies.
I mean, there's like 20 Saw movies. Like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's true. But if it's multiplayer, I assume the story doesn't matter. So they could have just as well.
Maybe they'll add. I could see them adding content later on. Remember this in the movie? Playthrough.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Next, Lords of the Fallen 2. They showed a trailer of it. I played the first game, and I think it's all right. So I'll definitely keep an eye on this game. I'm a Souls enjoyer, so more Souls slop for me. I'll take it. Of course, Blood of the Dawnwalker. They showed that.
Yes.
Maybe spoiler, not spoiler. I don't know. That annoyed me. But anyway, I won't get into that. I will spare all of you. Anyways, this game's coming out September 3rd. I'm very excited for it. Lockmort's very excited for it. Simon, are you excited for it?
Yeah, kind of. It was actually on our cover last month. We sent someone to the studio, and he came back with a great story. He's super excited for it. It's our other Belgian guy. I don't know, September and this game. I might not love it enough or be excited enough to
prioritize it.
Yeah, prioritize it in September, but I am really curious about it, and it might be one of those games like you get into it, like The Witcher 1. It's like I don't know what to expect, and then boom, you're in, and you're in good. It might be that, but as of right now, it's not on my priority list for that crazy month that is September.
Yeah. Next, Star Wars Zero Company. What did you guys think of this? This looks like that XCOM Star Wars game set in the Clone Wars era. Could be cool,
let's
man.
Fucking go. Let's fucking
could
go,
be
man.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm huge into tactics, and this is ticking all the right XCOM boxes, and I love when the Star Wars IP is used like correctly, like when Jedi Survivor does it, or even Galactic Racer. That looks like okay, you understand like the good parts of Star Wars, and this one, they showed Anakin. That was this game, right?
Yeah. They showed Anakin.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I am super down for this one.
Yeah. Lock you in?
Yeah, I love XCOM 2. I have like close to 1,000 hours in XCOM 2. I love that game. But I think they have to do one very important thing here, and I'm not sure if they're going to do it. And XCOM 2 was so special because you could completely customize your squads. And you could name them and give them your own background. So you could basically create your own RPG there. This has to have that too. If it doesn't have that and you're playing with set characters, it will be like Midnight Sun, which is fine as well, but not as great, I feel like. So I'm super interested in it if you can customize your characters.
Yeah, I have a feeling maybe you can customize one, but I think the rest will be like established characters kind of thing like that. So,
and also games like this, XCOM 2 to someone like me is the perfect game if you play it on like permadeath. Like if people can actually die. So I feel like that can only happen with custom characters because otherwise your story gets fucked up.
Right? So it looks like there's like a shot in the trailer and it's like swapping a bunch of characters in and out. So maybe there is custom characters. I don't know.
Fire Emblem also has like narrative and a lot of side characters that can die. And if they, I am pretty much on board with you. I would love to do that, but I also really love if they take like Mass Effect as inspiration, like all these alien races, and some of you may die, some may not, and I'm cool if they build a good crew and you can like put like henchmen in that you give the names of your enemies, friends, crush, whatever. A mix of that would be great as well. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye out. It comes out at the very end of August, so right before September, crowded time.
Yeah. And there goes Blood of the Dawnwalker.
Man.
I'm playing Star Wars.
Let's see here. Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance. I played some of Wilds, and it was all right. I haven't played any like the updated content though, but they're doing a whole new expansion, so very nice there for Monster Hunter fans. Maybe I'll give it a peek if I can get time for it sometime in 2027. Simon, do you care about Monster Hunter at all?
I loved World, and I played Wilds, and I think that says everything you need to know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not the game that's gonna get me into DLC and that kind of stuff. I didn't love it as much as I did World or Worlds,
Same.
Whatever it was. Yeah.
Let's see here. Next cool little one, Hot Wheels Infinite Rush, dude. I played a Hot Wheels game like years ago, and it was actually kind of cool. This looks like an open world Hot Wheels game, racing around, maybe a little Forza style. Could be
seriously
sweet.
Great games. Yeah, those Hot Wheels games.
Really
could
fun,
be cool.
Yeah.
Not a lot we could say on it, but like it looks charming. So
yeah.
September 24th, though, so we'll see. All right, I'll skip Attack on Titan. Don't need to talk about that. I know Lockmort doesn't care at all.
No, but you guys do.
I don't care. No, I don't care.
Oh, wait, leave me out of this.
Yeah.
I literally, before the stream, someone recommended it, and I watched One Piece and Naruto. That's pretty much it, anime-wise. But yeah, someone recommended like this new anime called Free Ren. So I was checking that out. Yeah. And my boy was watching with me, and he's like, "Oh, this is fucking boring." I'm like, "Okay, you have no taste. B, let's watch something that might have some more action." So I put on like the first Attack on Titan episode. That was like way too much for a 10-year-old. So I'm like, "Fuck." And then we went streaming, and I saw this game. But yeah, I'm not really familiar with the series or whatever. And this game didn't even look as a game that someone who's not into the series would really love.
Yeah,
as most anime games.
No shade, Attack on Titan fans. I'm just not into the series that much.
Maddie loved this. If I understand it correctly, this was a big deal, right? This ends like the saga or whatever.
I don't know.
How do I know more about this than you two?
I don't know. I don't.
You're such a weeb. You're such a weeb, Lockmort.
What a weeb, dude. All right. This seems like Lockmort bait, though. The Wolf Among Us 2. They showed more of that. Is this a Lockmort jam?
You would think so, right? I know you would think so. But I like The Wolf Among Us 1, but I didn't love it. I know that's everybody's favorite Telltale game. My favorite Telltale game is Tales from the Borderlands, the first one, the second one. But The Wolf Among Us is great too, a great game. So fans have been waiting for like over a decade for this now. So I'm very happy they're finally getting the thing they've been waiting for so long. I'm definitely gonna play it. I'm definitely excited for it. Very curious to see if it's up to par to the first one. Probably will be, or at least I hope so. I hope it's not episodic. I think that motto is kind of dated by now, so I hope they just release it as one game. But I think they will, because they released The Expanse last year or 2 years ago. Didn't they do that in one go, or was it episodic? I don't remember.
I don't know, actually. I don't really play games like this. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't even know Telltale was still around, to be honest. I thought they were long gone.
They were like gone for a while, then they came back. Yeah.
Because I thought after The Expanse, they were gone again. But they're still here, luckily, and they're making the sequel everybody wants. So great on them. Excited to play it, definitely. Yeah.
Simon, any thoughts?
No, not really. I played the Telltale games when they started, and I kind of fell off. I think like most people did, because it got too formulaic. I never played Wolf Among Us. I did play Dispatch earlier this year, and I'm like, oh fuck, I actually still like this genre, even though Dispatch is an easy one to like because it's amazing. But yeah, the Wolf Among Us has the vibe and everything. There's enough there for me to like dive into the remastered season 1 that's coming up and see if I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Next, they showed Street Fighter Year 4. The characters, we got 3 newcomers, but of course the big stinger was Tifa is in Street Fighter.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very happy to see that. I know Tekken fans. It's been a rumor that getting Tifa in Tekken for a long time, and
Harada wanted it, but
Harada wanted it. Yep,
it's going to the king. It's going to the king, baby.
Well, Harada's out now, so yeah, it's going to Street Fighter, and I would much rather play Street Fighter than Tekken personally. So cool for me. So I'll probably hop back, and I do have Street Fighter, so I'll probably check it out at some point. Lockmort, you love Street Fighter, you love Tifa.
Absolutely. I'm no joke. I'm gonna edit myself out of this episode. Absolutely love Street
Absolutely.
Fighter. I have no connection to it. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Stellar Blade Blood Rain, a sequel to Stellar Blade. I like Stellar Blade 1. It's got some problems, but I enjoyed the combat quite a bit in that game, so I'm happy to see them doing a sequel again. Seems like it's many years away still, so I'm not getting too excited about it. But Simon, what did you think of this?
I have no idea why more people aren't talking about this. This trailer to me is like when we saw Killzone, that fake trailer at E3, when we saw Watch Dogs at E3, when we saw that Cyberpunk, that first incredible showing, and everyone's like, is this real? I was watching this trailer, I'm like, holy fucking shit. It is insanely beautiful. It's Stellar Blade, the combat and her with the new kind of boxing
melee
style.
Yeah, really cool.
And Stellar Blade has pretty much perfect action gameplay, and know that, because people always assume these days, or are too quick to assume like, oh, it's like melee combat action, so it must be like Souls-like.
Right.
Stellar Blade is definitely not. It's character action in the vein of Vanquish and Bayonetta, whatever. This trailer, man, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know why the internet isn't on fire because of how good this looks. And I'll be real honest, and I will definitely be the most hated man on this podcast today, but I hear things about, but they used AI, whatever. If this is what it looks like when you use AI, like the buildings in the distance, whatever, fuck it, I'm in. Just use your AI, man. If games look like this is my villain arc story, because this game looks better than anything we've seen, or am I completely losing it?
Well, there's also some nuance to the AI thing, because in Korea, where this is made, is this a Korean game? I don't know.
Yes,
is
it
it?
Yeah. It is.
They don't look at AI the same way we do. Like it's fully accepted there. So it's not to them. It's not a big deal as it is to us. That's why it was so prominent in that trailer too.
Interesting.
Okay.
But was it, or was it? What was it like? Rumored or people spotting things that were obviously AI?
I honestly don't know. I think it was people. It basically became like a known fact that there was like a lot of AI bits, but I don't know where that came from. Maybe somebody just made that up. I don't think the devs. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Super unpopular opinion, obviously, but yeah, if I'm looking at this trailer and the devs can just work on what they do best, like a combat system, the story, make that as human as possible, and use all your talent and your humanity to create all of those things and the vibe and everything. But just like maybe it's a scaling thing or whatever. If you look at those backgrounds and oh man, it's looking or I'm going crazy, but to me it was like might be the best thing I've ever saw.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Very nice. All right, boys. Actually, me and Simon picked Final Fantasy Revelations as our pick for that for Keely's show. Obviously, Lockmort, what was your pick?
Blood Message, a game we didn't talk about.
Did I skip that? Blood
shit, yeah.
Which was we've seen this game before, but it looks like a mix between Uncharted and a bunch of other games. But the setting doesn't really speak to me because it's Asian culture once again, but it looks so cool. It looks really cool, like the fighting combined with the cinematic. It looks like a true next-gen Sony game, right? What we said earlier about God of War, that it looks cool, but it looks like something we already played in 2018, for instance, right? This looks like a PS5 Pro game, like a next-gen iteration of what Uncharted could have been, or the next Naughty Dog game could have been. I don't know anything about the story or the way it plays. It just looks really cool. It looks really cinematic.
You know what? So I'm watching a footage of this Lockmort, and I was watching this, and I remember now when I thought about this, I was like, this reminds me a lot of Hellblade in terms of the fighting, like super cinematic. But
yes,
I hope it's more than just that, is what I'm saying.
Yes, I hope so too, of course, yeah. But it looked really cool to me. And then my other game to show isn't really a game because it's DLC, but it's DLC to Mafia: The Old Country.
That's right.
Because we see Don Salieri, the Don from the first game, shows up, which is really cool if you're a Mafia fan. And of course, Don Walker, but everybody already talked about that, of course.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Xbox.
Before you move on to Xbox, can I interrupt you for 1 second? Because the best game, to me anyway, over the past week wasn't in any of these shows. It was in the Future Game Show. And nobody streamed this. Well, I streamed it, but who cares? But nobody talked about this. I didn't see it anywhere. But Exodus, they showed Exodus here for 20 minutes. And that game blew me away. It is the only game out of the entire showcase, of all these showcases, that completely blew me away. It's Mass Effect 5. It literally is Mass Effect 5. You got dialogue options. Well, sure.
Yeah,
okay.
We don't talk about Andromeda.
Fair enough. But you literally get the Paragon Renegade options, good or bad, right? It has the same combat. The one good thing about Andromeda was the combat, I feel like, the actual gameplay. It has the same gameplay, but much more evolved. It's still the same Mass Effect cover shooter, but your powers are way more advanced. The graphics it's booming. Everything is bigger, better. The art style, some people have a little bit of an issue with the art style. I think it's cool because it's really distinct. You can immediately tell that it's Exodus, which is important, I feel like.
Only if you felt that way about Marathon, too.
Well, I can immediately tell that it's Marathon. I just don't like the art style. But that's a personal thing, right? But with this, I could immediately tell it was. I could immediately tell it was Exodus, and some people won't like that art style. Like I don't like Marathon, but that's fine. That's fine. It's a personal taste. Great voice acting. The companions. There was one female companion, stereotypical companion, but you could also have like an octopus companion, which looked awesome. There's an elephant vendor. They go nuts with these things.
That's cool. I like that.
Time dilation. There's big old temples. It reminded me of Star Wars a lot. This game has everything that I want from a next-gen sci-fi RPG adventure. I cannot wait for this game. I cannot wait. And before this showcase, because I've seen all the other Exodus gameplay snippets before too. Before this showcase, I would have said, yeah, I'm very excited for it. But now, I cannot wait to play this game next year. This will be huge. Like KOTOR Mass Effect 1, huge.
Did it have a release date?
2027.
That's it? Okay. Just a window. Gotcha.
I presume it's going to be fall because it's going to be big. Like, I presume they're going to want to make it like a big thing next year. Or at least I hope so.
Okay.
But if you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. It's 20 minutes. It's beautiful. I love it.
Cool. All right, let's move on to Xbox. I actually haven't watched this show. I've seen some of the game trailers, though, for it. So I might not know everything. Oh, fuck. I closed my tab. There it is. All right, Xbox. First of all, they showed the new hardware, the 25th anniversary Series X, the see-through green. Kind of cool. Throwback. Like it right there.
Cool, yeah.
Let's look. Call of Duty. I didn't watch any of this. What did you think of DMZ? I heard some people talking about the DMZ, which is like their extraction mode.
I completely tuned out when they showed Call of Duty. Yeah.
It looked,
I don't even understand why it closed the show.
Yeah, again, they should have learned their lesson from last year. I don't know why they made the same mistake twice. However, I thought the DMZ thing looked cool. I don't like Marathon personally because it's too fast-paced. It's not because it's too hardcore. It's because it's arcadey, and I don't like that in my shooters. I want my shooters to be slow and methodical, like Tarkov. This was much slower and methodical than Call of Duty.
Come on, it's Call of Duty, though. You know it's not going to be slow and methodical.
Well, the trailer was slow and methodical.
Because someone's playing slow and methodical. You know exactly the pace of that game's going to be. It's not going to be... Well, it'll be slower than normal Call of Duty, of course, but it's still Call of Duty.
I'm basing
it's going to feel like Call of Duty.
I'm basing it on what they showed. I can't base it on what we think. Okay, if it's Call of Duty, I won't like it. But if it is what they showed, I will like it.
It's Call of Duty.
Sure, probably. But if it is what they showed, then I will like it. It's much slower. Okay. There's no running. There is running, but there's no bullets flying from everywhere. Oh, I died. Oh, I back up. No, it looked like an actual extraction shooter. Like I feel like Tarkov sometimes works. Of course, it's not as hardcore. It's still Call of Duty, like you said. It's still simple as hell, of course. But it looked like something that I would at least want to try. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But it was a bad decision to end the show with it because now it already has bad blood on it. I feel like everybody is already ready to hate it. But I hope. Well, now you got me worried by saying it is Call of Duty because you're probably right. It probably is Call of Duty.
I mean, it's going to be different. The pacing may be different to an extent, but it is still going to have the bones of Call of Duty.
Yeah,
it's still Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's going to feel like it. Right. The shooting's going to feel like the movement's going to feel like it. All that kind of stuff.
You're probably right.
When they play like narrative games and in trade or like showcases like these, and they walk like excruciatingly slow.
Yeah,
like putting the flashlight up to everything, examining everything, and I feel this is the Call of Duty version of that. But I do because it is an extraction shooter. I see where you're coming from. Like if you run and gun in this mode, probably not the best idea. So that might mean a little bit more careful play. But yeah. I like I said, we were streaming it. I kind of tuned out. I'm like, it's Call of Duty, whatever. I already have spent way too much time on my extraction shooters.
Sure.
So not doing this, but I did like because I saw that bit at the end where he's trying to get to the chopper, like the extraction part, and then a little rat came out of the door, like extraction camping. Yeah, I kind of like that detail, but yeah.
All right. Something else you want to say about it?
No. I'm curious to see what it's like. If it is like Call of Duty, then this was a misleading trailer and then it's stupid. I feel like, but if it is like this, then I'm interested. Yeah. We'll see. We'll find out.
Let's get something I know you're interested in. Clockwork Revolution.
I have to be. I'm going to be honest. Right?
This is more hesitation than I expected. What happened?
I thought this wasn't a good trailer for them.
Okay.
I think the game is amazing, but I thought the gameplay they showed here was very lacking. I thought the game itself is really cool. Like the choices, the consequences. I love in Excel. Brian Fargo is my hero, my personal hero. I love all of games. I've followed him since I was a little kid. Well, now I sound like a stalker, but
I know where he lives, what he eats. I know everything about him.
He's been involved with all my favorite games. He's been involved with, when he was with Interplay, he produced Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate 2, Fallout. He was part of all of that. Wasteland 3 was the last CRPG they made. The game director of this game is the guy who worked on Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, not the shitty one from last year, but the real one from way back when. Or sorry, maybe you liked the one last year. Sorry. He also worked on Arcanum. Like all the people who work on this game are like heroes of me, right? Mm-hmm. So all the choices, consequences, the characters, the writing in this game looks awesome. I'm just very worried about the gameplay. What they showed of the gameplay looked like BioShock Infinite to me, but it looked like BioShock Infinite in the year it came out. And that is a problem. It looks very stiff. It looked very don't really have a lot of movement. Like it just looked a little bit too stiff to me. It's also their very first first-person game. Normally, they always make isometric CRPGs. So I'm super interested in this game. It's one of my most anticipated games in recent years, and I cannot wait to play it. And I'm sure when I play it, I will give it the highest regards I can. But I think they could have done better with this trailer.
Okay.
What is there a specific thing you missed? Is it the RPG part? Is it?
No, it's not that I missed anything. I think what they showed was adequate. I just think it wasn't good. Like the gameplay they showed, the shooting itself. Like,
okay.
When you looked at the way the character moved, or when you looked at the way the guns moved, it's all very stereotypical. Like there wasn't anything special about the gunplay, but it also didn't look particularly good. And I think as a first-person shooter, which it really isn't, but it has those elements, it should nail that aspect. And it doesn't. It shouldn't be like. It shouldn't look like BioShock Infinite, I feel like. It could look like BioShock Infinite in the story department, but in the gameplay department, it shouldn't look like that because we're 2026, right? So I feel like they should have either not shown it, or maybe shown it off more or shown it off better. But I think I'm alone in this because everybody seems to love this trailer. So that's just my opinion, right?
Okay.
I think
Simon,
most
what do you
people
think?
love this trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, this is my number 2 for the entire week. All showcases, everything I saw. It's the first one that comes after Final Fantasy VII, so could be my number 1 if we don't count that. But I am the complete opposite of Locke in this one, and I do not know a lot about Brian Fargo. I mean, I know who he is. I haven't really played his games. Haven't really played his RPGs. I played Wasteland for a bit. And I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. And then my attention went elsewhere and didn't really go deep into it. But seeing this is like, oh shit, this is the most Simon-esque game you can make. It's immersive sim. It's if you want to shoot. If you want to talk. I see him like busting open a crate or shooting a crate, and oil comes out, and you light it on fire. And yes, that's something we've been doing since fucking, I don't know, Deus Ex 1 or something. But in this genre, I am fucking starved, and this looks, to me, amazing. Like the vibe, like the old Victorian style, but also like the really rough English London vibe it has. It's also like fantastical. Like there's a bit of Dishonored in there. Yeah, and the tone of the people talking, it didn't at all gave me like the what we talked about earlier, what God of War had, like the millennial writing. I didn't get that vibe at all, and like everything about this oozes style, and it is specifically a style that I really like, and the fact that you can like go through time and manipulate things. One of my favorite things in gaming, and there's not a lot of games that are able to do that. We have like Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 13 too. The reason I love those games as much as I do, a huge part of that is going through time and seeing the consequences in another time, and not just, I'll come back to this city or whatever after I finish a quest, and then everything's different. So there's really a lot of them to play with, and it's weird for me to say like, I trust Brian Fargo, but I know people like Locke like love him, and I know Locke has great taste, and he knows what he's talking about when it comes to these RPG legends like Fargo. So by proxy, I'm trusting Fargo to do right by me as someone who is not that much into like the CRPGs, but who is like huge into the immersive sim genre. And when I first saw it, I think it was last year, I was like, okay, this could be cool. I have no idea. And this showing for me, and I think that's a theme in a lot of what we saw from Xbox on their showcase. Like a lot of showings were really good second showings of games, or third. And Clockwork Revolution was that for me, because I came out of this showing like, fuck me, this is, if I had to choose beyond Final Fantasy VII, if I had to choose one game that would come out of all the games and all the shows, it would be this one for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. What do you think?
I just skimmed through the trailer. I hadn't seen it before. It looks cool. Like, this is definitely a game where I'm like, I have to play this to like really kind of get it. Like, this is such Maddie and Lockbait though, when I'm looking at all this kind of shit.
Maddie loved it. Yeah, Maddie loved it. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this is like right up their fucking alley. So, but yeah, I definitely want to check it out. All right. Dune: The Dark Ages is getting DLC. Revelations. I didn't even see this trailer yet either. I didn't love Dune: The Dark Ages, so I don't know if I'll even play this. But what do you guys think?
Same. I loved Doom 2016, and afterwards, yeah, it was kind of okay.
Okay.
Good games. Not
Yeah.
especially super interesting for me personally.
What do you think, Locke?
It's one of those games that I really want to play. I played what was the second one called again? Doom
Eternal.
2016. I like 2016 much better than Eternal, but this one is more slower pace is not the right word. What I didn't like in Eternal that you had like a million systems you had to constantly interact with, and I just want to shoot things. So if I listen to people like Colin explain to me like this is more like that, so I want to try it
for sure. Yeah, if Eternal was too much for you, and I had the exact same thing. Like I don't want this. There's a lot of platforming there, and there's even like talking. Ooh, I hate talking. And if you liked 2016 and thought it was better than Eternal, I would still give Dark Ages a chance because it's a good game. And there's a lot to love there, and especially if you're into 2016, I think it's closer to that one than to Eternal.
It's definitely on my list.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see what else was here. Fable got a new trailer. I did watch this trailer, and I don't know if this is out there, if I just missed it, but like a solid slice of gameplay for this fucking game I need to see. I need to see like more than 10 seconds of a clip or something like that. I don't know if it's out there or anything like that. I just personally haven't seen it.
It's dropping this Wednesday. Tomorrow, if this goes up. No, tomorrow if this goes up.
Okay. Well, there you go.
It's dropping on Wednesday.
This trailer, they're showing what's her name? The actress
is
Haley Atwell.
Haley Atwell, yes, from Marvel and all that kind of stuff. Showing her, she's pretty much the villain. It seems like in this game they're setting that up. So. Seems like. Well, at the end, there is an old villain coming back. So there you go as well. But I'm not a huge Fable nerd, so I don't really know.
What did you feel about seeing this trailer? Or so you're still
it didn't get me any more excited about it at all. I thought it was fine. I was like, all right.
You're excited, aren't you?
This was probably my favorite gaming trailer in over a decade.
Wow.
I think this is nearly a perfect trailer for a video game to me. Because it sets up the premise of the story perfectly. You don't need any more information. The one thing that's lacking, like Brad already said, is gameplay, but I knew we were going to get that Wednesday. What I was very worried about with Fable in the previous trailer was that it was just going to be wacky, millennial. I hate that word, but people use it anyway. Millennial writing, like, the funny, not funny stuff. This showed the darker, more serious side of Fable. And I think they did a brilliant job with this trailer. Because at first, when you see her, you see Haley Atwell, you think, oh, okay, she's telling you a sad story about how her sister died. So you're with her. You're immediately in the emotion. Like, oh, she's a big actress. Oh, her sister died. Very sad for her. She's going to be maybe your companion, maybe one of the side characters. And throughout the trailer, you start to realize, like, oh, no, she's the bad guy. She's the villain. And then you can see, well, I don't want to give spoilers. It's in the trailer.
So, you see your character fighting her.
Yeah, and you see her killing other heroes and basically exploding or making the Guild of Heroes explode. What I personally would love if they did with this game, and I think it's possible, because at the end of the trailer we see Jack of Blades from the first Fable. What I think this game will do, I hope at least will do, is that it will be a soft reboot, but in a very cool way.
It is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Well, they don't want to confirm that. That's the special thing about this game. They don't want to confirm what it is. Is it a sequel? Is it a prequel? What I think it is we're going back to Fable 1.
It's a reboot, It's a new studio and all that kind of stuff.
Well,
a new team.
What I hope they'll do is what they've been doing in all the Marvel movies, but I hope they do it right here, is that we'll get an actual reboot. I think Isabel, like the villain, is going to go back to Fable 1, and we're going back to the very beginning, which I hope is going to happen. And that explains why Jack is there. Maybe that won't happen. I don't know. Maybe it just takes place in this new version of Albion, but I love the way this is presented. I love the questions it answers, but I also love the questions this trailer asks. I'm so excited for this game now, and when they showed the previous trailer, I was just, okay, this is going to be cool. I love Fable. Well, this is probably going to be an okay version of it. Now I'm like, oh shit, they can really do cool stuff with this. Yeah, I love this trailer. I absolutely love this trailer. I thought it was very cinematic. Yeah, it did everything a good trailer needs to do to me. It gave me the right emotion. It made me more interested in the game. It set up the villain already in a great way, and it's an interesting villain. It gave us a little bit of gameplay. I wanted a lot more gameplay, of course, but yeah, I can't wait for this game now, which I wasn't really anticipating. So I thought it was brilliant.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited for the game. I have been for a while, but the trailer just didn't do anything to really get me even more excited. So,
sure, yeah, it's always a personal taste thing, right? What do you think?
I've never decently played Fable in my life, so I wasn't like too excited. I always liked the concept. Then the trailers came out, and I was like, okay, this is not for me. This is too fairy tale like, which I understood. It like is Fable, so I'm like, for Fable fans, I'm like, if you're happy, I'm happy, whatever. But it's not really a series that I know of or that I have any connection with. And then that trailer happened that we saw this week, and I was like, oh fuck me, this is now speaking to me. And it's exactly as Locke says. I loved the fact that a game like Fable is not bringing out a huge ass dude on a dragon with two axes and a horned helmet, but they're using like a human as the monster, the bad guy, the villain, and that acting is super fucking good. The camera work in that scene is also, if you pay attention to it, like sometimes it zooms kind of bit almost documentary style, which is a small touch which I really like, and it kind of reminded me of Quantic Dream had like two of these sort of concept videos. They did the casting for Heavy Rain, which is for me an all-timer as far as like a video goes. It wasn't even the trailer of a real game, but it's set up like graphically and tone-wise what they would end up doing with Heavy Rain. And they did the same thing with that robot, maybe Kara or something. Like really focus on the character and line delivery is perfect. The tone of it being darker, the facial animations. This was the first time I felt like, oh, Fable, now you're speaking to me, which you did not do before because I did not grow up with this series, and I just saw happy green fields and flowers and butterflies and a dude running around in a chicken suit. And if that's what you all like and well, more power to you. Not my game. Completely cool. Missing this one. I'll read up until this last trailer, and I'm like, oh fuck me, I'm in. If you're gonna do this, I'm at least going to check out what else you have to offer.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's also, I think, an extra layer to it is also now who else is in this game. Like they're casting big actors or like big English comedians. Because even the little scene with the two guys that was, I thought, kind of funny, who were burning the body by accident. And then she yells at him like, I didn't give you permission to do this. The actress who says that is in Shadows. She plays like the vampire girl in that Shadow. What is it called? In the Shadows, From the Shadows. I don't know. Some great show.
What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows. Indeed. She's in the show, so she's a great actor. I'm pretty sure Matt Berry will probably be in this game. There will be so many British comedians in this game, which makes it all the more fun. But they got Hayley Atwell, which is a huge actress. She was in Mission Impossible last year. She's in Marvel. She's in Marvel. That sounds like it's high art, but she's like, they had to pay a lot of money probably to get her, and she's like the big villain. So that's really cool. Maybe you guys remember this, maybe you don't. You know who the villain was in Fable 3?
No, because I never finished it.
No.
Michael Fassbender, but before he was famous. Now we got one who is already famous. So I'm really curious who else is in there. I think that's another cool little extra to it.
Cool. All right. Gears of War E-Day. I watched this on my phone, so I didn't see in the optimal setting, but I saw it and I was like, cool, more Gears. Looks fun. What'd you guys think?
Yeah, I think when we saw or Gears of War 1 for the first time, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, every time I first saw those games, there was a wow effect, and I'm in the just like you mentioned. Yeah, more Gears, that's fun. I'm not wowed by it, but I do really appreciate when they did the long deep dive on it, of course. And I'm like, dude, there's just nothing like Gears, man. There's just nothing like shooting up a locust with a shotgun
it is nice.
or cutting them up. And I'm like, I'm really glad we got a new Gears. Again, an expectation thing. I think I might maybe expect more. I don't know based on what, but I was like, oh, it's more Gears. It looks great. I really love the fact that we're doing Emergence Day, that we're doing Young Phoenix. But no wow effect, but whatever, man. Just when this game comes out, I'm for sure gonna enjoy it. And a couple of games have tried to copy Gears throughout the years, but there's only one Gears, and it's Gears of War.
Yeah, definitely gonna play it. What do you think, Locke?
Yeah, it looked really cool. Again, it's another one of those things. I was never really all that big into Gears, but a lot of my friends are. I'm so happy for my friends that they're getting a new game they're gonna love. I'm definitely gonna play it on PC. Would be able to play it on PS5.
Not a PlayStation?
No, certainly not anymore.
So I'll definitely play it on PC. It looks cool. I'll play it. Yeah, it looks fun.
Cool.
Excited for it.
All right. Next, Halo Campaign Evolved. They showed it. Again, comes out soon, July 28th. I haven't played through Halo 1 since right before 3, so it's been a long time for me, so I definitely want to play through this again. What do you guys think? Are you going to be playing?
I'm super down. I got into Halo in a big way this year, actually. Read the book when I was on holiday, Fall of Reach, which blew me away. I watched the series. I know everyone hates it, but I am the least critical person when it comes to like TV, movies, series, whatever. So I'm like, oh, dude, there's a Warthog and there's an actual guy driving it. Oh, that's fucking dope. Oh, I'm seeing an elite. Oh, dope. So I'm like super non-critical on it and loved any Halo story. The weird thing is I like the lore and the world even more than the games. Well, the games are fucking amazing, of course, but the character of Master Chief and everything like surrounding Halo, like I said, the lore of it, really love it. And so I played through Halo 1 for the first time, like actually played it all the way through, like somewhere this year. All of the Halos, actually, I played 2 when it came out, like a lot. And of course, went through them when they came out, but never, I always thought of myself as like pretty much an outsider to the fan base. And now I feel like I can confidently say I'm in that fan base, even though I just recently played 1, which is my favorite. And this trailer looks fucking dope. So
cool.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
definitely in. And I, you know what? If I'm going to play this game, I'm going to love it. Not worried about that whatsoever. I am holding my breath for like the diehard fans, like the people. Sure. I don't know if it was Gene who noticed, like, oh, wait a minute, in this set piece, the rocks are not there in the original, so you could not drive up there with the Warthog. They took the rocks away, and that's like big impact. If you're like that level of fan, I so hope you get what you want from this game, because I'd hate to see like the true OGs from 25 years ago going in and feeling shitty about all these choices they made, while like more casual fans like myself are like, oh yeah, man, more Master Chief, man. Let me fuck some elites up and just be happy with that.
Yep.
There is one big problem with this game, I feel like. That is the bisexual lightning.
Yes. Yes.
It's happening. We all see it. They will not divide us.
Yeah, do better.
Well, the problem with that is I was watching the trailer and I had like a drink in my hand, and at the end of the trailer I looked down and it's a dick in my hand. And I'm like, what the fuck's happening? All this lighting, man. What's it's not even my own dick. What's happening? Yeah. Jesus Christ.
All right. Minecraft Dungeons 2. I played through the first game a little bit. It was all right. Do you guys have any interest in this?
Looked cool. Looked fun.
Yeah. I think that's appropriate for that game. Yeah, looks fine. All right. Senua. A new Senua game, I guess. It seems way more actually combat focused this time around. Like it's a game. There's a gameplay in it, which is good. Locke, what do you think of this?
It's like Chris said on the stream famously at this point. He said, "Wow, they put all the gameplay in this game and not the other two."
Yeah.
It looks cool. but it also looks like this should have been maybe the second game. So
this is like
don't-
insane course correction. They're
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
I think it's
It
weird
is.
that they're not calling it the third game.
Yeah.
Is it because of the second game? Because there's a
Yeah.
lot of. I think there's literally one person that loves Hellblade 2, and it's me.
Oh,
So it could be because the rest of the world hates it, that they're like, oh, we're gonna drop that name. It's tainted.
oh, you think so? Okay, yeah, that could be.
Could be.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it looks cool. There's not a whole lot to say about it because it looks. It kind of reminded me of that other game they showed, Plague Tale: Resonance, which
Oh,
also
yeah.
looked really cool. I
Yeah.
think these two are kind of comparable in that. I'll definitely play both. I hope they're very far apart because they remind me a lot of each other.
I think they are. Yeah.
Yeah, but they both look really cool. I'll play
Cool.
them. Yeah.
Oh, this takes place after Hellblade 2. Interesting. Okay.
Mm.
Keep an eye on it.
And I've already seen them respond just now to just a random Twitter someone, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we have, because they made DMC Devil May Cry and Enslaved and Heavenly Sword. So
yeah.
they do know gameplay, because DMC had like crazy good gameplay,
Mm-hmm.
even though a lot of people hate like Dante in that, or the story or whatever, but the gameplay was actually fire. And they have the know-how. It's in their DNA to make good combat. So it was a bit weird for Hellblade 2
Yes.
to not have, but there was some combat and it was like really visceral and really brutal, but it wasn't really very much of a game. And I personally didn't mind. It was, and you guys are going to laugh at this, but if Silent Hill 2 didn't come out that year, I honestly think Hellblade 2 could have been my game of the year, just because of the experience, man, and the music and everything coming together. I was like, because I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff, even walking simulators. I dig those two. And something about that game like really hit me, and this trailer, watching it, I'm like, okay, this is an actual game. That's probably why they're going with the name change as well, to like show, hey, we're different.
Mhm.
Jesus, this camera just keeps fucking
It's
me up.
okay.
It's okay.
But yeah, that's probably why they went with the name change as well. And I was looking at the trailer and I was liking it, because I was really surprised that they already have something new to show. It felt almost too early. And then there's this moment in the trailer where she drops into the gold stuff, comes back out, and then the music hits, and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, this is Ninja Theory at its best.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty. Next, Spyro: A Realm Beyond. I haven't really played the Spyro games. I missed the boat on those, but I would like to play through them actually. But we're getting a new Spyro game, so that's cool for Spyro fans. I just don't have the context, so I don't know. Nice.
I'm a Spyro fan, and I'm super
Okay.
excited.
Cool.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
State of Decay 3. Another trailer of that coming apparently next year. Lockmort, what do you think of this?
It's the same thing I had with a lot of these trailers. Bad trailer for what it is. And we've waited we've waited. They've announced this game so long ago. Then they went away. They announced this game in the snow like a couple of years ago. I remember with this.
Yeah, there
really
wasn't even
way
a
more
game
serious.
back then. They told us like a couple of months ago. Yeah,
exactly. And now they come back with State of Decay 2 DLC. That's what it looked like to me. Bad trailer, probably really fun game. It's all dependent on the mechanics in the game. I'll definitely play it. Love State of Decay 2. Liked State of Decay. Love State of Decay 1. Liked State of Decay 2. I think I'll like this one too.
Cool.
I think it's super hard to do a good showing of State of Decay, or am I? You know more about this than I do.
I think State of Decay is all about the mechanics, and if you don't show the mechanics, which they really didn't do here, you're not really showing the game. So you can show a lot of zombies, but who cares at this point? We've all seen zombies a million times before,
Fair
right?
enough.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Bad Magpie. Look, I don't know. It's like a little bird game. You run around as a little bird. That's cool. I like that. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on that, I guess.
Yeah.
Not a lot to say about it, but bird game. All right. Next, Castlevania: Belmont's Curse, arriving October 15th. Music to my ears, baby.
Fuck
This
yeah.
is one of my most anticipated games of the year, easily. I'm a humongous Castlevania fan, so I'm finally getting a
Nice.
new Castlevania, and it's coming soon.
Nice.
Simon.
How do you feel about like the character models? Because I also huge Castlevania fan, but like the models, they did the same thing that Bloodstain has that as well. Like I don't know what it's called. It's almost like the models are
Oh yeah, they're like 2D.
like cell shaded or 2D. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not like pixelated like the old ones.
Yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine. So that's the only thing I have against it. But
I am totally okay with it because to me, it's like it's the Dead Cell developers. It's more in line.
Yeah,
with
they
style.
can do no wrong. Yeah.
I
I'm
like. I mean, if it looked like the old Castlevania games, I'd be very stoked too. But I've been getting my ass beat so long by Konami with shitty Castlevania things or just nothing in general usually. So I'm fucking desperate for anything. And this is a miracle it looks as good as it does.
Did you play the Castlevania DLC for Dead Cells?
I played some of it, yes. I did play
so
some
good.
of it. Yes.
Nice.
So, but I'm super in. Takes place after Castlevania 3. Looks fucking awesome. The gameplay, the trailer's so cool, man.
Yeah.
So, big time in. Big time. Lockmort, this is another one you're excited for your friends.
Yeah. I'm so happy for you and Colin, dude. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy for you guys. You're finally getting it. So
finally.
Can't wait to hear you guys. Yeah, can't wait to hear you guys talk about it.
Yeah. Crazy Taxi's back, dude. The old classic. It's coming back. There was a trailer for it. Crazy Taxi 1 I played quite a bit of. The other ones I didn't play so much, but I'm very happy it's coming back, dude. It's a fan favorite. So good work there, Sega. I'm waiting for Jet Set Radio to come back. Then we're talking.
I'm waiting for Golden Axe to come back. That's the tree they were supposed to bring back.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come back. And I'm trying to think, what else games did they show? Game Pass stuff. Okay, Magicians, the Devil's Deal. I don't even know what that is.
That looked cool, dude. That was the Magicians. It basically said it. The magic shooter. Where like the whole level turn around and
I'll look at
it.
It's pretty dope.
Looked really interesting.
Okay.
Looked really unique.
It's also the same Clockwork Dishonored style. I don't know what that style's called, but yeah.
Okay, this does look kind of cool. All right.
You nailed it with like immersive sim stuff. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Okay, I'm interested.
It's
Cool.
like a magic shooter, literally. There,
magic shooter.
But it looks really cool. Yeah.
Cool. All right, I'll keep an eye on that game. All right.
I want to shout out Favarium as well. The old almost 80s anime thing. That looked really fucking cool. And of course, Persona 4 and P6, the logo reveal. Yeah,
we can kind of rush through some of this. Let's see here.
P4 is great. That is coming.
P4, really, I don't know if I'll play through it.
That one.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll play through it. I like Persona 4 though. I have beaten it.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if I want to play through the entire game again right now. Maybe when it comes out, I don't know. But right now, I don't know if I'm up to it. Persona 6, obviously, I'm extremely excited for, but there's nothing there. It's green. It exists. That's all we got for now. So I'll take it though.
This is your Elder Scrolls 6 moment. Like, good luck the next 8 years.
Yeah. Well, Kingdom Hearts 4 is already my Elder Scrolls moments. They
should for the next 80 years when we're talking about Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
I told you, man. I'm a Square fan.
And Wolong too. I kind of for those that don't play these kinds of games, it's just another one of those like Asian Dark Souls games. But I kind of like Wolong, and it's insane how many shit Team Ninja's putting out, man. We're waiting 6 years on a new AAA game, and these guys are making one every day.
Yep. Lockmort, I want to ask you about this one though. Metro 2039.
Yeah, very excited for it.
Yeah.
I love Metro. I was kind of surprised and angry that Stalker wasn't here. Stalker 2. They didn't announce their update. What's going to happen now is that Metro is going to completely overtake them, I think, and rightfully so. Metro Exodus was a great game, but it was too outdoorsy. Have you guys played it, Metro Exodus?
No, I've never played any of the Metro games.
Oh, okay. The first two Metro games take place inside the Metro. Like underground, spooky, closed corridors, claustrophobic. In Metro Exodus, you go outside and the world basically opens up. So it was a very different kind of game. I liked it. Colin was less of a fan of it. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people didn't like it, right? Metro 2039 is going to mix the two, which is really exciting to me. So we're going inside the metros again, more claustrophobic environments, but also open world elements again outside. Cool. Really interested in it. Yeah, I hope it's good.
Cool. Just quickly, Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy. Are you guys into this? I haven't played the second Plague Tale.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
I assume
this is a different,
like a complete new one. It looks way more combat focused.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Cool. Valor Mortis. This is from the Ghost Runner devs. We're calling it Napoleon Souls. I'm definitely curious about this. So I'll keep an eye out on that for sure.
Yeah.
And I think we pretty much covered everything else. Age of Empires 4.
There's one more.
Okay, what do you got?
Join us, the Cult of the Lamb with the real people or real people.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay,
with the,
Join us.
It's humans.
It's human. Sorry, I couldn't come up with the word. Yeah, humans and it. Brad, it's literally Cult of the Lamb, but with humans. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Looks
Why
cool.
the hell not? All right. Lockmort, what was your game there? Your number one game.
Out of this list or in total? Out of this list.
This list. Yeah.
Fable by far for me.
Okay. Simon.
Yes,
Clockwork.
Yeah.
Great.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm more excited for Fable, so I guess I'll go with that. But actually, I'm going to go with Clockwork just for the trailer, because the trailer was a little more interesting to me.
Sure, yeah.
No Castlevania.
Well, it's like, I mean, Castlevania is one of those
it's
things.
It's
like a Revelations thing for me. Where it's just
yeah.
I don't even
too high up there.
I don't even think about it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, shout out Clockwork. All right. Yeah, if you want to do one game for all the shows, you can. Your top one game or something like that.
I already said mine, Exodus.
Yeah,
for me,
number one.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, same with me, Final Fantasy. Yep. Okay, very nice. All right. Holy moly, that was a lot. But we got more. We're going to talk about some games, actually, though, that we've been playing. And I'm going to go first. I'm going to talk about the one game I am allowed to talk about so far from Summer Game Fest that I played, which is Control Resonant.
Ooh.
I got to play this. Hold on, let me get out some of my notes really quick. I am a Control enjoyer. I played the first one. I've played many Remedy games. I've played all of them except I didn't finish Quantum Break, I'll be real, because I hated the TV sections. They were so boring for me. But I played Control. I liked it. Played Alan Wake 1 and 2, of course. And so I'm pretty much in with them right now. And when I saw this game announced and they showed you're playing as Dylan, Jesse's brother. So first of all, if you haven't played Control 1, you should definitely play that game before this. Absolutely. Because this picks up right after, or not right after, but pretty soon after it. But yeah, this game is a melee focused, unlike Control or many Remedy games where you're shooting around. Do you remember what the gun was called in Control? I can't remember. That transformed.
The service gun.
The service gun? Was that what it was just called? Yeah. The director's gun or whatever they had. Well, anyways, this time around you kind of have something like that, but it's for a melee weapon as Dylan.
Service weapon.
The service weapon? Okay.
Yeah.
But the game starts within his cell inside the oldest house, which is the setting of Control. Basically, the whole thing is the Hiss, which are like the crazy entities, have gotten out, and they're out in the city of Manhattan, I believe, causing a ruckus. So Dylan finds his way out there, runs into a FBC agent and all that kind of stuff. They form an uneasy alliance because he is kind of a person that was captive before, and they're starting to work together and all that kind of stuff. Gameplay. Big shift, like I was saying, from shooting all melee now. They did a good job, man. I was really impressed with how well they transitioned into melee, because I was like, I don't know, it's not really their thing. No, man, they did a great job. It is way more Devil May Cry compared to like a Souls game. You are jumping up in the air, you're flying, all that kind of stuff. You have a ton of mobility, which is really cool. Basically, when you start in the game, you get to pick one weapon. You have a square attack and a triangle attack. Your square attack is a completely separate weapon. Your triangle attack is a completely separate weapon. So you get to pick. However, you start with the square weapons and you have 3 choices for which one you want for the square weapon. There was like these 2 like almost like dagger things that were fast. There was like a scythe looking thing that excelled in cleaving multiple units at once or enemies. And the thing I chose kind of looked like an axe, and it specialized in doing like single target damage. This is like these like weird little if you've seen the trailer, he holds this like weird cylinder thing almost like that. It transforms like the gun basically. So your weapons transform into that. So you have that. Then later on you get another one for your triangle button, which I picked. I can't remember the other ones. One of them was maybe like a drill / spear kind of thing, but what I picked was a giant hammer. Think the Kirk hammer from Bloodborne, where you're doing those huge charge up hits and you're slamming dudes down. doing the same thing in that. Really
it
fun.
looks so great using that in trailers.
Yeah, it feels really good bonking these dudes. I really enjoyed it. Enemies have a stagger meter because every melee game has a stagger meter now, which I'm always okay with though. You know, you're dealing damage to them that builds up. Once it's up, you can do a big visceral attack to them. Really fun though. The movement, like I said, it feels really good, which is so important for a game like this when you're up close and personal. I'm not saying it's like the best feeling thing I've ever played or anything like that, but it was competent and I was like, okay, I feel in control. So that was really fun. There's plenty of platforming, a lot of platforming actually. You're dashing around, like you're going through areas, jumping gaps. There's a lot of movement tech, like you got your jump, the double jump, you got this air glide. It, like, think of if you play Control Lockmort, like Jesse has all those like mobility, the glide, the dash. You have all that kind of stuff with Dylan, and I'm sure you get much more later on. But you're jumping gaps, and of course, that all is accompanied by Remedy's excellent presentation. No one presents games like the way they do, especially you blending in like live action shots and all that kind of stuff there. So I was getting a nice taste of all that. Beautiful, loved all that kind of stuff. And it ended with like a really interesting boss fight where it's like this really, it was like this giant head almost kind of thing. Like I was fighting like an intersection almost like that. And it was like throwing cars at me and like picking up light posts and swinging them at me. Pretty cool, dude. So I dug it quite a bit. And when it ended, it took us to an area where it's like, hey, you can mess around with a bunch of abilities here. And I looked at everything and it's like, whoa, there's actually a lot to the combat. Basically, every weapon you have, like there was 9 that I saw in this thing. They all have their own individual skill tree. They can go down, and I'm sure customize that. I believe Dylan has like his own kind of skill tree. And it looks like there's equipment you can craft. Like I found one, or I had one, I couldn't craft it, but it was like you take less damage from hazards or something like that. So I was like, whoa, we're getting like a bunch of like RPG kind of mechanics in here, even more. I think Control had a skill tree. Did it? I can't remember. Or some sort of
I don't remember. No.
Control at a tree, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it looks like that, but they've just expanded it way more. I can't remember. I haven't played it since 2019, so it's been a while.
How weird is it?
Yeah, you had abilities, yeah.
How weird is the game? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Oh, it's weird. It's weird as you'd expect. Yeah. From Remedy? Okay. Yeah. But it's like very much please play the first game if you play this, because there's interactions between Dylan and Jesse going on in the game, and it's like you're not going to care about that if you've never played. And Control 1 is excellent, so I'd recommend playing it anyways if you haven't. But it's still got that style, that Remedy style they're known for, that is excellent. Gameplay seemed really solid. I really dug it. Curious about the story. Got me. I was excited for the game, obviously, but it got me even more excited for Control. So Remedy, well done. Looking forward to playing that, definitely. Ooh. All right, Simon, Opus Prism Peak.
Yeah.
What is this?
It's a game that came out a couple of months ago. And I saw a trailer. I was like, it looks kind of cool. Really dropped off my radar before I even started playing it. And I found a code in my inbox that I didn't use. And I was like, I'll use the code. I'll check it out. And I am absolutely enamored by it. It's a game that's on Switch and PC. I'm playing on Switch. It has the worst performance of any game I've ever played on Switch.
Oh, man.
I was talking about this game on Twitter, and Hogue actually responded. He's like, oh, yeah, super excited about this one as well. I will definitely be waiting until the performance is fixed. So it is that bad, and which is a shame, but it's... I can easily deal with it. I'm not like a frame counting kind of guy. It did annoy me. It's especially an annoyance at the start of the game. It gets better the further you go, but it's a narrative game. It is about a dude named Eugene, and the funny thing is, and that's the reason I just wanted to check it out and immediately got sucked into it. The first 10 minutes are flashbacks of Eugene's life as a kid. And he's with his grandpa, who's a photographer, an old man, lives up on the mountain. And like Eugene, as a kid, visits his grandpa. They talk about like photographing and what makes good photos. Like you have to really see the subject. And you also kind of decide on a few things in Eugene's life, because the flashbacks start when he was like, okay, he's now 6 years old, he's 11 years old, and then he's 20, and he moves to the city, and he works for a paper. Only everything goes wrong in his life. The paper goes, I don't know, broke, and he starts a cafe, and that ends up going wrong as well. And you kind of select, like, how does this dude deal with adversity? Is he like, okay, what happens? Is he like, oh, fuck, everything always goes wrong? And you kind of decide a few bits of just the way he deals with life. And that's in the first 10 minutes of the game. And they did such a great job already connecting me to this dude, and also because I could make some decisions for him and his character as well. And I was immediately in. And then, like, the game starts, you're in the car, you're driving back to the village you grew up in, because your grandfather, who you know from the flashbacks, he died, and you're going to his funeral. And you actually learn, like, little breadcrumbs of his life, of a girlfriend he had in his own old hometown, a friend he had a fight with, his mother always going to the city instead of taking care of him, and his parents always fighting. But it's just that, it's breadcrumbs. And he goes back to the city. You know, at this point, like, this is a guy that's been through life, had a few rough spots, and really isn't one, like, he isn't a glass half full kind of guy. So he drives into this tunnel, he's close to his village, and then he gets into, like, this car crash and ends up in this spirit dreamlike world called the Dusklands. And immediately, as soon as he arrives, he sees a young girl sitting there, and she's obviously not well. Turns out she's disappearing, which is what, if like the shade, which is the all-encompassing monster that roams the Dusklands, if he gets to you, and the creatures in this world, they forget their name, and they slowly forget who they are, and if they're not seen, they disappear. And you need to help her get to, like, the peak of the tower. And this world, of course, has a lot of similarities with Eugene's world. So the mountain where he grew up with his grandpa is the same mountain that you need to take this girl to. And you kind of get this feeling, and they tell you as well, like, if you bring this girl to the top of the mountain, to her home, and make sure she doesn't disappear, that's your ticket out of here, out of this world. So that's kind of how it starts. And the vibe, the look of it's really it's a Ghibli movie. It's also, I don't know if you guys know Your Name, which is an amazing anime. It's by I wrote it down, Makoto Shinkai. It's kind of somewhere in between those two movies, like, style wise, but also it's a playable version of a Ghibli movie. And I know we say that a lot. And, like, when Ni no Kuni came out, we said, oh, well, this is a playable version of a Ghibli movie. No, Ni no Kuni is a JRPG. It's just a JRPG. It's a great one, but it's not a playable Ghibli movie. It's an RPG that looks like a Ghibli movie. This game, the way you interact with the world, feels more like interactive movie stuff, because it's all about your camera. You take photos of the creatures you meet, of the stuff you see in your surroundings, and there's a little story to go with every photo you make. And then you, in every location you get to, there's, like, a campfire, and you need to show the right pictures. So you need to have shot the right pictures, then you show them to the campfire, and all these pictures slowly piece together, like, extra information about Eugene's life. Like, what's the deal with his girlfriend that he left? What's the deal with his parents always fighting? And the way it's handled is it's not the most engaging gameplay, but it is really supporting the story. And you play this pretty slowly. It's slow paced. There's no running. There's no climbing. You just go to a location. You find out, like, who's the creature, and these creatures are like magical, fantastical beasts that like a giant ox as big as a sawmill. And you also learn the story about the Dusklands, how developers came in and bought out all the people living there, and started, like, building, or wanting to build, like, a city instead of a village, and the protests going on. And it's super obvious that everything that happened in the Dusklands is also reminiscent of what happened in Eugene's, like, real life. And you slowly start to piece everything together. And the story is that's what I really like. It's about life, but it's about every part of life. It's about adversity, about loss, it's very much about loneliness, but it's also about happiness and how you deal with adversity, and it everything that encompasses just life. and how you deal with that. And one of the main themes is like being seen. And because it's such a slow game, and it's something we talked about with mixtape as well last time I was here, Brett, and I basically said like the game invites you to think about or reflect on some stuff that's important in your own life. If that doesn't hit for you in mixtape, which it didn't at all for me, the same thing. Opus is doing the same thing. It's like slow gameplay, beautiful music, beautiful environments, but because it's so slow, it allows you to, as a player, reflect on and really like cherry pick like what kind of stuff hits for me. I can imagine if your parents always fought when you were young, that is going to be a point that you latch onto in Eugene's life, and that will really hit home for you. And for me, and this is funny because my where I'm sitting on my couch, right next to me, like we have some pictures on the wall, and there's a picture of my grandfather, and he was really important to me. He always took me on like long walks, and always took me into he has this big garden and tried to teach me stuff, but I hated gardening, and the walks were way too long because he's like this old like tough love Clint Eastwood kind of guy, but he was such a granddad to me, and he always wanted to show me like the world and nature and everything. And the night he died, I actually got a phone call in the afternoon that he was in the hospital. So I just left work, went to the hospital straight away. My parents were there, his other children, and my parents are the only one who have like grandchildren. So everyone was there, and they asked me like, asked us like, who wants to stay with him, because someone can stay with him through the night. And I said, okay, I want to do it, even though his children were there, like my mother. I was like, no one's really jumping at the occasion. And I really wanted to be with him because he meant so much to me in my childhood. And I stayed the night with him. They woke me up in the morning and told me, okay, you have to call your mother because her father's dying, which is such a weird thing. I was like 20 or 19 or something. And there is a really special connection I had with my grandpa that like never really went away. And the picture right next to the couch, I mean, I see it. It's not invisible, but I haven't seen it in years maybe. And this game is all about pictures. It's all about being seen. It's about this Eugene dude and his grandfather for me. So when I'm playing, I glanced over at the photo a few times and actually like looked and saw the guy in the photo, saw my granddad again, and that was really an emotional thing. And because of the way this game is set up, I think everyone, if there's something here to latch on to, like maybe it's your mother, maybe it's your father, maybe it's your childhood sweetheart or your ex-wife or whatever, all these people and all these situations. And that's what I meant when I said this game is about life, and you can play this and get nothing out of it and just, gameplay is pretty lame. Game is too slow. I hate the performance. Shitty game. But if there's something here that will catch your eye, it's a truly, truly, truly amazing experience. Like it was for me, because I have this history with my grandpa, which plays a big role in this game. And I really, if you are the kind of gamer that doesn't mind that the gameplay isn't like super interactive or super exciting, but you do want to walk around in this world and you do feel like, I'm ready for a good story about this dude, and just a story about life and how it portrays all people and again what it means to be like actually seen. There's a lot of different endings. I'm not going to do all of that kind of stuff. I just wanted to play through this once. It hit me. It was really well done. I really like the fact that they combined the style with the storytelling. This is not a game I want to go through again. It's too. You also have to, like, when you make pictures a bit later in the game, you have to like adjust something on your camera because it's too light, it's too dark. I'm like, dude, no, there is no added value to putting in this mechanic that only interrupts my story and my emotions or whatever. But yeah, Opus Prism Peak. It's if you're hearing this story, I think like, I am that kind of gamer. I'm the kind of gamer that likes this stuff. Go for it. And if you are not that kind of gamer, I also believe you're listening to me and you're like, okay, cool, but this is not my kind of game. This is not the reason I game. But yeah, for the narrative exploration gamer, this is absolutely a great great one that really, really hit me and made me reflect on some stuff from my own life. Yeah.
Cool, man. Sounds really actually enticing. You sold it really well.
Yeah,
That
wonderful.
connection, and everything like that. Damn.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something special, man, for sure. And it sucks that and I don't know how performance is on PC. I've been reading that people aren't too happy with it as well over there. So I don't think that's the solution. Like, oh, go to PC. But yeah, a small thing that's also funny. You like keep a log, and you need to like figure out like the alphabet like in this strange Dusklands world, and you also get to fill in once you make a picture of one of the like I say people, but they're animals. But one of the animals you met, you have to put the picture in the book, and you need to fill in like who they are, what they do, and every once in a while you get like new sentences, and it's like, oh, why did the dog lady, why did she not leave the station? And all she wants is fill in the blanks, and it seems easy, but it's a really funny reminder. Like some conversations I'm just skipping through, and in a game that's about being seen, I'm like, oh shit, all these NPCs, I really need to listen and pay attention. I need to see them to fill out this my notebook in the correct order. But yeah, special game for me for sure. And like I said, if this is your cup of tea, highly recommend it, even though it has its flaws.
Yep. Okay, very nice.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Let's talk about Gothic Remake. Let me read this real quick because, Locke, you've been playing this. Lawrence B. wrote and said, "Hello, gentlemen. What are your thoughts on Gothic 1 Remake? If anybody's playing it, I was looking forward to it. I had never played a Gothic game before, but sadly, the large amount of negative sentiment and the fact that it is locked at 30 FPS on console, even on PS5 Pro, has killed my excitement." All right, Lockmort.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It pisses me off so bad. They locked it to 30 FPS on the PS5 Pro.
Yeah, weird.
There's absolutely no reason for it. The game looks great. I'm playing it. Of course, I had to buy it on PC. I also have it on the PS5, but I can't play it on there because it's 30 FPS. To me, that's unplayable. So I also bought it on PC. I'm playing it there now. Plays great, looks great there. There's a couple of issues, but 30 FPS on console, it's just inexcusable. I don't know why they did it. I don't know why they did it, because they knew. They didn't they give codes to reviewers, but the console ones unlocked later, so all the footage was from the PC. They knew when they hit it. It's so stupid, it's so annoying, and they ruined it for themselves. Because now what's going to happen is it's going to be fixed on console and nobody will care. Nobody will care. On PC, it's doing great. It's getting great numbers. It's getting like 60K concurrent players, which is for a single player game. Yeah. For a single player game of this magnitude, really great. It's got like 80% reviews, which is also good. But man, it's a mess on console. But that's okay, because I'm guess I'm going to talk about how the game is on PC then, because I love Gothic, of course, right?
Yeah,
Gothic,
you're a big fan. The original
came out in 2001. Great game by the German developer Piranha Bytes, who sadly no longer exist. And Gothic is basically the grandfather of Eurojank. This is where it all began. This is where it all started. It all started with Gothic. Gothic has a very unique story. It's not a stereotypical Tolkien story, even though it does have orcs. Very short. There's a kingdom. The king is at war with the orcs, just like in Tolkien, but that's where the comparison stops. The war costs a lot of money. There's a mine. The king sends people to the mine, of course, to get the ore out and to forge new weapons. At a certain point, the prisoners take over the mine. There's a large barrier over the mine, so they can't escape. The prisoners take over the mine. You get sent down into the mining colony to deliver a letter to the mages. That's basically the whole premise of the story. You're trapped in a mining colony. That's the premise of the story.
Right.
You land in Gothic. You basically get thrown into it. Figure it out. That's the whole premise of Gothic, which I personally love. A lot of people will have issues with it because it doesn't tell you where to go. It doesn't tell you what to do. There's no map until you buy one. There's no compass. There's no waypointers. There's no easy way to do things. It's hard. It's miserable. You will die. I love it.
It's hard, it's miserable, you will die. I love it. It's a great back of the box quote.
Yeah.
It's the typical Eurojank thing where the combat is extremely hard, right? You start off waving a stick, literally a little stick at a bug. Okay, you can kill the bug, then you get to the first enemy. A high chance that you're gonna die because it's like a bird dinosaur thing. It'll charge at you. It'll probably kill you. That was the way in the original. They did make the combat a lot easier in the remake. It's not their fault. They had no choice because the combat in the original, first of all, there was no controller support, of course, in the original. It was all mouse and keyboard. And it was so convoluted with the mouse and the keyboard. As I'm saying, mouse was an option, but most of the game was played with the keyboard alone. The combat was so hard in the original because there weren't enough buttons. Like you had to press left to attack from the left side. It was just a very weird control scheme. So now in the remake, of course, you're playing with a controller. That makes the combat a lot easier. They still made it hard, so it's still for the normal player, I want to say, who isn't expecting like the hardest game ever, it's still very, very hard, right? In Gothic, the way you level up and the way your skills work is you get skill points if you kill something or if you sell somewhere. If you solve a quest, you get skill points, which are basically experience points. And you can use those points at the trainers. When you level up, you get learning points. And you can use those learning points at the trainers to learn something new. For instance, in this game, you can't sneak at the beginning, or your lockpicking is shit. So you have to learn it all from actual people in the game who are teaching you these things. The combat gets way easier later on if you choose to learn how to fight in the game. It's basically how Kingdom Come Deliverance also works.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
The only difference is in Kingdom Come Deliverance, you learn it while you do it, right? You perform the action. In Gothic is you learn it while others teach you. Okay? So there's no... if you perform an action a million times, you're not going to get XP for it like in Kingdom Come Deliverance. So you have to actively search for trainers to teach you these skills. Another thing about this game that's very typical is the choices and the consequences. In a lot of games, a lot of RPGs or a lot of adventure games or a lot of games in general, choices are arbitrary or choices are binary, right? You get to a certain point in the game, option A, option B, maybe there's an option C. You choose one of them, you get a cute cutscene. Okay, the game formed to your choices, and it's now your game, even though kind of is the same game everybody else is playing, but this little instance was maybe a little bit different for you, right? In Gothic, there are 3 camps. I'm not going to tell you what the camps are because I think that's a spoiler a little bit. But there are 3 camps you can choose of. And depending on which camp you choose, the whole game changes.
Cool.
NPCs you meet changes. The quests you do changes. The stuff you do, the clothes you wear, the armor you wear, the swords you have, the magic you use, the bows you use, everything changes. Now, technically, you can do most of the game still in one playthrough. But if you don't know what you're doing, which you won't know the first time you're playing this, that's not going to happen. What happens to most people, and including me, when I played this the first time 25 years ago, is you're going to stick to one camp because the game is so hard that you don't want to deviate from that. If you want to know your way around the mining colony, buy a map or memorize things. It all makes sense. It's very little gamified. You know, these days games are streamlined and they exist to make things easier for you, or they make things easy for you on purpose, waypointers and stuff. This game is, I'm going to say realistic, but if you think you can do it, you can probably do it, but you're going to have to work for it.
Okay. So this is a remake. I'm curious, like, is it pretty much the same game, them just touching up like the gameplay and stuff like that?
Well, what's really cool about it is that they added areas. They added NPCs, so there's a lot of extra stuff to here.
Cool.
I don't want to spoil anything. It's also dependent on the choices you make, and I haven't finished it yet, so I can't speak about the ending. I will say that I do think they added a lot of stuff. That's unique to the game. Even in the very first area where you wake up when they throw you into the mining colony, there's already a huge area to the left of you, which wasn't there in the original.
Okay.
So they added a lot of stuff. It's also very faithful, which is important, I think. It's also very faithful to the original in a lot of ways. So the NPCs that were there are still there in this game, and they're still the same people. They still have their same personality. Of course, they look way better. The voice lines are all new. This time, the protagonist sounds like a human. In the original, he sounded like an AI robot. So it's a wonderful, wonderful remake. If they just didn't fuck up the console port, it would have been a super easy recommend. But now I'm gonna have to say, stay far away from this game unless you're on console.
Yeah.
Unless you're on PC. If you're on PC, buy it right now. You should be playing it right now. It's fantastic. I love it.
Okay. I'd love to hear that. Yeah, I'm glad it turned out well for the most part then, because I know you were very excited about the game.
Yeah, it annoys me so much that they fucked it up. Like they knew. That's the thing that delay it. If you can delay it if it doesn't work, or explain it away. Tell the console people, like, I'm sorry, we fucked up. We'll fix it later. But no, to just release it and I have friends who bought this because I recommended it to them. And luckily they're not pissed at me, but they're like, well, I can't play a 30 FPS game on a PS5 Pro. That's ridiculous.
Have they said anything about patching it?
Oh, yeah, of course. The roadmap is here. So they release a statement. They're like, oh yeah, we're looking into it. It's going to take a little while to fix it. Yeah, assholes. Like, you should have done it 3 months ago. So I have zero respect for them. Well, I do respect them as developers for PC, but whoever handled the console port, get fucked.
Okay.
But otherwise...
Is that the same team or?
Yeah, probably. It's probably the same team. It's probably the same people, which is why it makes me so angry, because
this is the most mad I've seen you in a little while.
It is such a special game, and they're ruining it for themselves. There's a high possibility that they're not going to be remaking Gothic 2 now, which is one of the most seminal games you can have, especially in this landscape. The Witcher is fully based on Gothic. Like the directors admit, it's fully based on Gothic. Blood of the Dawnwalker that we're going to get soon, fully based on Gothic. Kingdom Come Deliverance, fully based on Gothic. So a lot of games, a lot of Euro games, I should say, this is their grandfather. And you don't put your grandfather in a home and just let him die. Like you do something special for him. It's his birthday. Let's take him out. And then to have it locked at 30 FPS on the most prominent machine where you can find a new audience, because Gothic was never on console up until now. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid.
Yeah, what a blunder.
So whoever made that decision, good, not good. Yeah.
Not good. Well, it might lead into this next segment, which is Sorted Out. I'm not going to yell it because it's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Andrew Feister wrote in, said, Sorted Out Xbox. Call of Duty can't be your closing title anymore. Your ownership makes it expected to appear at the showcase and therefore not surprising or exciting like a final reveal should be. They should have figured this out the last time they did this. Yes, we did talk about this. Why you showing Call of Duty at the end again, or like the final reveal? It's like, I get it. Call of Duty is super important, you guys. Like the most important thing you have, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Again? All right. Lockmort, I gotta know. You're Sorted Out. Is it Gothic? Is it the Gothic? Okay.
Yeah, it's Alkema Interactive. They did a great job on PC. Wonderful people. Great job. If it's the same people that did it on console, fuck you at the same time. So it's
keep it up, Sorted Out.
Yeah.
All right, Simon. What about you? Any Sorted Out?
And I mean, this entire week I saw so many great games, so many good stuff, and not really Sorted Out. So it's sad to see Locke, who's such a big Gothic fan, and I loved the bits where he was explaining about how much he loved it. So fuck it for me as well. Sorted Out. Whoever did this Gothic game dirty. Not that I'm playing it, but I'll use my Sorted Out to sort it out for them as well, Locke.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I hope we're not making people cry now. To be clear, the game is awesome. If it ever gets fixed on console, it's going to be great on console, but it's going to be too late. That's my whole problem.
Yeah, don't let it be a stalker situation.
No, yeah.
Don't do that.
Sorted Out Stalker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's a little more funny, I guess, just because basically we had the Xbox event yesterday, and they said Gears of War is console exclusive. Okay. Then they were doing a podcast kind of thing, and they showed off a PS5 logo for the game after that whole event. So they definitely last minute canceled that PS5 version of that game. That's for sure. And I get it. Like, if you're going to cancel it, like, whatever, it's your brand. I understand. But the fact that like they canceled, then they still have the PS5 logo later on for the game. It's just really funny to me. They took it down, but I'm just like, how are you guys doing this, man? Who's fucking up, dude? So sort that shit out, dude. You got to be when your messaging is already extremely unclear and uncertain.
That's the thing.
All the time. You need to fucking nail it. You can't keep doing this. You can't keep doing this. All right.
Yeah.
Let's turn that frown upside down, though. Keep it up, boys. Lockmort, anything for you this week that you want to keep?
Xbox. I think what they did at this fan fest thing, where they gave away those editions to people who are fans, not media, so people who had fan on their badges. I think that's a wonderful thing. You got one?
No, I didn't get an Xbox.
I thought you were gonna.
You gave me a sweatshirt.
Cool.
I went to the Xbox giveaway and all I got was this lousy sweatshirt instead of an anniversary console.
I loathe it when they give these journalists or whatever they call themselves, influencers, free stuff. But these were not the journalists or the influencers. They gave the fans. They gave the fans free stuff.
I think it's cool to get the fans like that.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. I'm a big fan of how she presented it too. I think she's doing a wonderful job. I thought her Bloomberg interview was great too, and she's making me personally very excited for Xbox. So I hope this is a new start for them. I hope we see them more. I hope we see them better, stronger, whatever it takes to get out of the rut, and good luck. But I thought this was a wonderful week for them, except for, like you said, the weird messaging. That was...
Yeah. Gotta work on that still.
Yeah.
All right. Simon, what about you?
I've actually two small keep it ups. One of them is also Xbox keep it up, and it's specifically for making Spyro with Toys for Bob. Because Toys for Bob was an Activision studio, so a Microsoft studio. They spun off, they're independent now, and they still got the ticket to make Spyro, which Microsoft could have done like internally, but instead, and there's probably, I imagine, some deals in place like we're gonna go independent, but we do want to make the next Spyro, whatever. But still, them going for it with Toys for Bob, who's an independent studio. Shout out, man! Those devs obviously need it. It's hard being an independent studio, and if you want to give Spyro to someone, you give it to them, in my opinion. So yes, super happy with Xbox making that decision. So that's a good keep it up. The other keep it up is it's a bit Final Fantasy related, and one of the coolest things I saw, like we are in an industry where like most attention and the algorithm and the comments and everything, like the grifting part of it gets so much eyeballs, and there's this dude, I'm not really super familiar with him, but everything I see from him, I kind of saw him for the first time when he did like this huge deep dive speculation thing on Final Fantasy VII. I think he's really famous. I'm not someone who watches YouTube, but it's Maximilian dude.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and he's I think he's pretty huge in the fighting scene, and he's like the voice of Final Fantasy VII fandom. And every time I see this guy pop up, it's like in a really positive way, and not like the fake outrage or for whatever or gay lightning or I don't know. He's just such a positive dude, and the guys from Square who presented like the Final Fantasy VII Revelations trailer on State of Play ended up going to his house to join his stream. And I was like, dude, cool. That is because this dude is, every time I see him, this is like true passion. It's not grifting. It's not fake positivity for the sake of it or kissing up to someone. Every time I see this dude, it's like, oh, you are real. You are authentic. And this is true passion. And it's rewarded in this way that the fucking director of Final Fantasy VII comes to your house to visit your stream, I'm like, man, that's just such a good story between all the internet drama that always surrounds us and especially our hobby. So yeah, shout out to Square for doing this. Shout out to this dude. Shout out to just everyone who's been on the internet for the last couple of weeks talking about Summer Game Fest and everything, and just being like honestly positive about the things they like, not fake positivity, not fake negativity, just the honest to God passion, man. He really represents that. And as a Final Fantasy diehard fan, I'm like, yeah, sure, pick this guy. He's a good one to represent us as a community.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I've talked to him several times. He's a good dude. For me, it's just going to be a general keep it up to Summer Game Fest as a whole, and not just Keeley in the sense of obviously he's a huge part of it, but this Summer Game Fest, we kind of got the longest it's been or like the closest it's been for me for a while, that close to that E3 feeling of having everything just kind of like jam-packed in this 1 week. And I kind of felt like all the stars aligned in that sense. And we had some exciting shows. So it gave me those old fuzzy feelings that I missed. Mm-hmm. So hopefully that continues next year as well. And they make it even better.
Yeah.
They're eating the Goombas, wrote in. It said, hello, Zesty Summoners. Keep it up to Asha Sharma for bringing back exclusives besides the ones she couldn't cancel and restarting the console war. Now here comes the part that takes balls of steel. Setting Helix at a competitive price against PS6. Have a my new girl is doing the bare minimum and is making my old girl look bad kind of day. Yeah.
In this case, Phil Spencer being his old girl.
Yes.
Just check. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Roku wrote and said, keep it up to Jeff Keighley. The game events aren't perfect, but Jeff Keighley and his team have taken the feedback and have shown noticeable improvement year after year. Yeah. I remember this is something Brad has said before. We are so lucky that Keighley is the face of the big game events post E3 because it could be so much worse. Also, to give credit to Keighley, he's a real one who has been in the trenches since day one, like defending Mass Effect on Fox. News due to controversial sex scenes. Despite what some people may think, he actually gives a fuck about games. Anyway, stay safe and have a good one. Yeah, shout out Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
You're a goofy man, but you're a good beacon.
Yeah.
Could be a lot worse. So I'm very happy with Jeff Keighley. And he's a real one. He's a Valve super fan. All right, let's see here. Got a game recommendation from the audience for the audience. This is from KZ Icon. Hello, summon Lords of the Deck. Oh, that's because I had Jimmy. I have a game recommendation for anyone wanting a good warlike experience. It's called Echoes of the End, a AA game from a small team from Iceland that is punching way above its weight. Well, it has jank, but the passion from the team shines through with good combat and an interesting story. Please give it a look or send it to someone you think would like it. Thanks, and holy cow, can you believe it? They put Fallout cast into E-Day. What? They put the Fallout cast into E-Day?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think maybe that's a joke. I don't know, dude. It's 3:17 a.m. for me. Give me a break, listeners. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Let's end the show with a few write-ins from the audience. If you want to write into the show, I post a thread every Saturday, most of the time, unless Colin's in the episode. I usually do that a day earlier or so. Daniel wrote and said, what up, signers? Am I the only one who's very excited for Aeon 2? The first game was fun as hell, and I spent a lot of time playing it, and I can't wait to kill more time with this one. Lockmort, what about you and Aeon? Do you know about this game?
I did play Aeon.
Okay. Always looking for an MMO.
2020, 2011. It was one of the only MMOs back then where you could fly. That was the whole premise. That was the whole cool thing about the game.
Oh, they had like wings, right?
Yeah, they had wings. So I played a shit ton of it. I don't remember anything about it though.
Okay.
So it's cool that it's getting. I know it was subscription based back then, but it quickly switched to free to play. If I remember correctly, there was some weird stuff going on there. But I'm glad it's getting a sequel for people who are into that. I mean, I think. I was just expecting too much of it back in the day because you know that high. Maybe you know that high too, Simon. Like you're always looking for the WoW killer that doesn't exist.
That was Warhammer for me.
I never touch MMOs, so I have no idea. But I can relate to like this, finding like the new thing in your genre. Yeah.
Yeah. So you always that's the joke of it all. Like it doesn't exist. So you can try any MMO on the planet, you will always end up back with WoW. And that's what happened with Aeon with me. But I think I liked it. I'm pretty sure I played it for a while, so I must have liked it. So I'm happy there's a sequel.
Okay. Let's see here. Logan Morris said, boys, can we just take a second to gush about the new game from Fumito Ueda, Gen Atlas? Oh, we did. Shadow of the Colossus is my favorite game of all time, and I even have a sigil tattoo on my arm. I've been so incredibly stoked to see what the team at Gen Design has been cooking, and man, does it look awesome. It's very different from Ueda's past games, but I do know if I ever been... Wait, but I don't know if I've ever been more stoked. I'm having trouble reading right now. But yeah, just glazing Gen Atlas, as me and Simon were earlier.
Rightfully so, yes.
Rightfully so. Very excited. Very excited. Yeah, it looks fucking amazing. Shout out to the legend. Andrew Feister said, hey, Summoners, what gaming characters do you think you could beat in the 100 Nuggets Challenge? All right, Simon, I got to give you context for this.
Yeah.
There was like a thing on Sacred Streaming. I wasn't there for it. I'm not sure what it was, but them about wanting to eat 100 nuggets on stream, like a challenge. And Colin wanted to do it, but his wife Micah shut it down, rightfully so. But people like Dustin said they want to do it. So it's been a huge thing in the community that they just won't let go of the
100 nuggets in
one sitting, one go.
Yeah, that's not a hard thing to do. I don't understand why.
100 nuggets in one sitting?
Dude, if you're a big boy, sure, why not?
If you're a big boy.
But 100, that's a lot, man.
Did you do it, Locke?
I could do it, I'm sure.
Dude, maybe we should find out. What if we pay for your nuggets?
Well, who's paying for the funeral? I don't know, man.
That's
100 nuggets? Jeez.
The trick is to just do it fast. Like if you do it slow, then yeah, it's not going to work. But if you do it fast, yeah. For sure.
Okay.
Wait, Christian, though, do you mean like 100 a person or like over the three? Like you have three people?
One person.
No, that's just lunch.
No, that's not.
The three of us, that's just lunch.
Oh. No, 100 a person, that's not possible.
No, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Oh, no, but that's not how, like, you'll literally die.
You were like so confident. I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck?
I figured like 100 with 3 or 4 people. That's like 20.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. Yeah, that's easy.
I literally
I said, that's just normal lunch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
100, jeez, yeah. You were really confident. You always had me going like, oh, maybe he could do it. You were really convinced.
You almost sold me, dude. That was crazy.
I think if you eat 100 of them, you literally die. That's like a sodium overdose.
Yeah.
That's like too much salt. Like you die.
I think so too.
So let's Dustin do it. Let Dustin do it.
Yeah, Dustin.
No.
Okay, so gaming characters that you think could beat, or a gaming character you think you could beat in the 100 Nug Challenge. You're allowed enough sauces for half the nugs and one large soft drink of choice. Choose wisely. Thank you for your donation. What gaming characters do you think you could beat in the 100 Nugget Challenge? I don't know. Anyone tiny, I guess. It's small.
Yeah.
Not Kirby. Definitely not Kirby.
No. I can imagine like half the cast of Mixtape is vegan, so I could beat them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an amazing poll. Yes. That's a great pick.
It's a very good answer, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, like some stupid Life is Strange kid. I don't know.
Yeah. You're vegan? Okay. Give me your nuggets.
Give me
eating 200
nuggets.
now.
Yeah. I was just more entertained when we thought Lockmort was serious about eating 100 nuggets.
Yeah, I'm still a bit. Sure.
I keep thinking about it. I think you will literally die. I think that's.
I think people do it.
100?
I think people have done it. Yeah,
but that's so much. That's so much. I don't think it's the chicken.
It's good for you. Yeah,
I don't think it's the chicken or the amount that kills you. It's the salt. It's the sodium that kills you.
Well, us Americans have a little different.
Yeah,
diet.
I think maybe that's you built a resistance to it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's like when, people are coming over from the World Cup and they're like fucking dying out here in LA trying to prep for it and stuff like that.
Sure.
We have an obesity problem here, so chicken nuggets is like nothing for people here.
We should do a competition. Who can eat the most? That would be cool.
I don't want to do that. Fuck
no, me neither.
Well, I would not get that far. I would not get that far.
You would just
get my ass beat.
Oh, okay.
It's like, do I want to forcibly make myself feel like shit? No, I don't. I don't really want to.
And what if I like it so much that every day I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that again.
That is a
And then I
whole
turn
other
into
can of
this
worms. I
huge
don't
ass
want to go.
fat
Yeah,
dude.
like you get addicted to it, dude. Ugh.
Yeah. To the specific number of 100, not to chicken nuggets, but to specifically 100 chicken
100.
nuggets.
Yeah.
Nuggets are nicotine.
dangerous.
They're like you can't get addicted to that. Well, maybe.
You get addicted to the rush and the feeling of victory.
Sure.
Number 100, that'll hit you in the spot.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
now I want cigarettes and I want nuggets. So good job.
Yeah, that'll get you healthy. Cigarettes and nuggets.
All right. Alex Bolton right here with the last ride. And hey, boys. Hope your time in LA was a blast. What's your go-to drink order at the JW, Marriott, or any hotel bar for that matter? I've always been partial to Manhattan, but when staying away from sugar, I just stick with Basil Hayden. Neat. All right. Go-to drink, I guess. If you go to a bar or something like that. Hotel bar or any bar.
Whiskey and Coke Zero for me.
Okay. Whiskey and Coke
Yeah.
Zero. I like that.
Nice.
Or like my girlfriend's grandfather says, what is he, a bitch? Why does he need Coke with his whiskey? I'm like, yeah, sorry.
Damn.
That's me.
That's an old
he's
guy.
like he's an old sailor, like drinking it straight. He's like,
Yeah.
why are you putting soda in your whiskey? I don't get it. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah. Okay. Great pick.
I always order Chimay Bleu. It's like a blue it's like a Belgian dark beer. Always Chimay Bleu. Always.
Okay. Never even
I think
heard of
they
that.
have it. I think they have it there too, because people. I think I sent you some of it a couple.
Yeah,
of
you
years
probably
ago. But I think you guys have it too, because people have messaged me that they drank it at some bars.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Or like some specialty
Blue,
bars.
yeah.
It's like a typical Belgian beer, but I love that beer. Yeah.
I don't
Now you
really
want cigarettes, beers, and nuggets.
Yep. I was just gonna say.
It's funny. I feel like at a bar, it's usually like gin and tonic, or honestly, I really like gin and juice, like gin and cranberry. Maybe because I'm from SoCal, I don't know. We got that Snoop Dogg gin and juice energy. I'm not sure, but it's usually that. I'm more into cocktails now than I was when I was younger, I should say. But occasional, like a glass of whiskey, just with ice, is nice, or something like that. If it's good whiskey, I don't want to like shit. If it's too many nights when I was younger, like shitty ass whiskey, and just getting drunk.
I never grew out of it.
Yeah, it's just like, man, buying like really cheap whiskey, dude. It's just, whoa, can't do that anymore. Can't do it, man.
The good old days.
I'll die. Yeah, younger when you can drink a lot and be fine.
Yeah. If you,
nah, man, not anymore.
Remember when a hangover used to take like a morning, and now it takes like 4 days?
Yeah, I'm like dead for a week. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't do it, man. Can't do it. All right, boys, that's gonna do it. We've reached the end. Pretty long episode. Not only did we do us, but we got the other part with Jimmy and Ray right now. So pretty meaty episode. Pretty nice. But hey, guys, Simon, Lockmort, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Wonderful. Always good to see you.
And now you can enjoy the rest of your day. You don't have to worry about staying up late like usually with me.
Now
it's
I have
my
to
turn.
edit. Now I have to
well,
edit
you have
Summon
to
Side
edit.
for the rest of the day.
But at least it's in the middle of the day. What time
Sure,
is it
yeah,
for you
yeah.
right now? Is it
It's
like 12 or
12:30.
something? 12:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
We can
dude.
chill. Watch the Nintendo Direct.
You can get some lunch. Yeah. Very nice, dude.
yeah, it's true.
Cool. Simon, before we go, anything you want to promote or anything like that?
No, I just want to thank you again, man. Like I always say, I really love being here, and
love having you.
it's funny now that I've been on a few times and getting to know your community a bit better. Like you guys are like on the inside, and you might not notice it anymore, but as like an outsider, being in like a bit, it's really funny seeing your community, which you are responsible for, and everyone, all the creators at LSM, like Maddie and Cog and Carl and Dustin, like everyone, you get the community you like deserve. You guys have built like such an oasis of. I was just talking about like people being like too positive or too negative or always finding drama or whatever, or the fake outrage, and you guys stayed away from that, and all of you guys, and what ended up is you got a community that's like normal, functioning adults. For us, we're gamers. We're all freaks,
hold
of course,
on.
and nerds.
Let's not give them too much credit right now.
I said, we're all gamers. We're all nerds and freaks and whatever. But yeah, I always get like a really chill vibe from you guys and the community. So I absolutely love coming here. So thanks again for the invite. And shout out to, I have to say this, like, know that if you did not play Ace Combat, it is God's gift to humanity. Play Ace Combat 7, pre-order Ace Combat 8 because there's Balkan War. I just want to add that if I'm promoting anything, I'm promoting the GOAT. Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah, I love that. Well, very nice of you to say that about the audience. They'll love that.
Yeah.
And it's a compliment towards you guys as well. You are, like I said, you are responsible for the audience you get.
Sure. Lockmort. Buddy.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks for being on.
Thank you for having me. It's always, I feel so bad for you.
Well, thanks for being willing to do this, because I was like, man, I need a longer episode, because that part I shot with Jimmy was like an hour. And I was like,
sure,
I need Lockmort. You're old, reliable. I can count on you.
Anytime for you. I'll do anything anytime. You're a wonderful person, a great host. Go to sleep.
Yeah, I'll sleep for a few hours, then I'll get my ass back up.
Yeah.
Mr. Nintendo is knocking at the door, so we got to answer. Got to be there, or it'll be bad. So, got to show up. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching and listening. Really appreciate it. See you in a normal episode again. Take care, and goodbye. Summon Sign is a product of Last Stand Media and Colin's Last Stand LLC, and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Brad Ellis. The show is produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Nivarez. Summon Sign, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we are grateful for your kind contribution and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.